afternoon, folks. Happy Tuesday from us here at Fesmeyer Field on the campus of Union University here in Jackson, Tennessee. We join you for a single Tuesday game between the Bulldogs and the Reddies out of Henderson State University. As we get ready for game time, there is a little bit of a scattered showers expected through the area, maybe a little bit of a drizzle, hopefully making its way out of Jackson here. But the story of the game here is the 18-mile-an-hour direct north wind, the gusts up to 34 miles an hour directly towards north center field. We open the window up here in the press booth to get things ready for the game, to get our cameras and our crowd mic out, and papers and everything blew all over the place. We got everything taped down, ready to go here in the booth, and we are getting ready for a great game. We have a mid-season rematch for the Bulldogs as they look to bounce back after getting swept by Delta State this past weekend. The Bulldogs have fallen one game underneath 500 after dropping both games of the doubleheader here at the Fez on Saturday. In the first game of that two-game special, Union held a 6-1 lead going into the top half of the fifth inning. Delta State then scored 9 unanswered runs, giving the Statesmen a 10-4 lead heading into the ninth inning frame. The Bulldogs scored 3 in the bottom of the ninth, yet the late surge was not enough for Union to overcome the Statesmen. Eli Snelson started the first game for the Bulldogs on the hill, tossing 5 innings, allowing 3 earned runs on 6 hits. He struck out 6 Stateman batter, and Jake Jewell took the loss for the Bulldogs, moving his record to 0-1. 7 Bulldog hitters recorded a hit in the first game. Chavies, Sisk, Hardy, Ross, Kale, Ramsey, and Barrett all got a hit in the game, and Ross's one hit was a moonshot of a homer in the 4th inning. That was his first home run of the season. Game 2 of the evening was all Statesman dominance. Union only scored 1 run on 5 hits and an error, but it was the free bases and the walks that killed the Bulldog pitching staff, bringing flashbacks of last season as the pitching staff walked 8 batters in that game. But today we face the Reddies out of Arkadelphia, Arkansas, as we go down to the first batter of the game. It's the center fielder Nate Moore taking his spot here against Scotty Wyatt as he hits the first pitch over the third base dugout. That's heading out towards the left field bullpen. Running out of room out there in left field is Elijah Ramsey. Earlier in the season, the Bulldogs took on the Reddies down in Arkansas on February 13th. Henderson State got that victory 8-2. Union scored their runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. Henderson State scored 8 runs in that game on 8 hits and 1 error. Mitch Sisk had a solid day at the dish for the Bulldogs, collecting his first double of the season in that game. Chavies got his 4th RBI in that game with a single in the 3rd inning. But both of those guys today are getting the day off. They've both got some rest. We'll see if they're used in the later innings. Bulldogs looking to turn it over to a couple relief guys defensively, and we'll see if that makes a difference in the early innings of this game. Grant Ross walked in the 5th inning of that game, bringing in Union's 2nd run and final run, and Dylan Barrett doubled in his first extra base hit of the season. So we'll see if that offense is able to continue contributing today. Lane Evans was the one who was on the mound in that game, and he allowed 1 run in 2 innings pitched. Evans collected 3 strikeouts in that game. Noah Toney pitched 2 innings, giving out no runs, but Jamal Allen pitched the 9th inning, striking out 1 batter. But today we have Scotty Wyatt returning to the mound for the Dogs. He's got a 10.8 ERA, and we saw him just a week ago against Lane College here at Fesmeyer Field. Here's a starting lineup for the Reddies out of Henderson State. Batting first, the center fielder who's up to the plate now is Nate Moore. Batting second, the first baseman, Luke Rice. Batting third, the left fielder, that's Jordan Allen. Batting cleanup and playing third base is Caden Argenbright. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Mitchell Siegel. Batting sixth, the catcher, Scritchfield. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Cal Jones. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Logan Cowart. And batting ninth, the right fielder, Lewis Holt. Here's the pitch from Wyatt. That's going to be right down the line. It's a 3-2 count, full count, with Alec Hardy over there at third. A couple defensive differences here for the Bulldogs as we go into the top of this first inning. Here we got Elijah Ramsey out in left field, Matthew Autry in center, Jake Kale in right field, giving Carson Chavies the day off as that one's hit out towards center field. Running forward is going to be Matthew Autry. He's got it on a 2-hopper, and the game begins with a single from the center fielder, Nate Moore.
Now batting number 22, Luke Rice.
As Luke Rice makes his way into the left-handed batter's box, we will finish up here the defensive starting lineup. Over at third base is Alec Hardy. Mitch Sisk has the day off. Joseph Huff-Stedler is at shortstop. Over at second base is Will Allen Smith. Playing first base is Grant Ross. On the bench playing as the designated hitter in this game is Dylan Barrett. Caden Cottrell, the man behind the mask, is catching today And Scotty Wyatt is on the mound for the Bulldogs. He's got that 10.8 ERA that we mentioned. He has appeared in 3 games now. He's had a combined 5 innings pitched, 9 hits given up, 7 runs, 4 walks, striking out 5 so far in the season for the Bulldogs. Here's the pitch from Wyatt as the lights turn on here at the Fez. It's a little bit earlier of a sunset, it appears, with all of the cloud cover here in Jackson. We mentioned the light drizzle that might be moving through the area. We'll see if that ends up happening or going around the campus. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that one, but it's just a really breezy day. That one's going to be popped up in the infield. Running over is Caden Cottrell. He's going to be called off by the third baseman, Alec Hardy, who slides and makes a great catch in foul territory to retire the first baseman, Rice.
Now batting number 2, Jordan Allen.
With 1 on and 1 out, you have the left fielder Jordan Allen come up to the plate. He's got a .324 average so far this season. He's played in 11 games for the Reddies. He started in 9 of those, getting his 10th double-digit start here in this Tuesday afternoon special. He's got 34 at-bats on the season, 11 runs on 11 hits, 1 double, and 2 home runs. He's tied for the lead for Henderson State. Scotty Wyatt from the stretch now that he's got his runner over there at first. That is Moore. He's leading off, being held by Grant Ross in a good pickoff attempt. They say that he got him, and a great tag is placed there by Grant Ross, the first baseman, and the bases are wiped OxyClean there, showing the bow and arrow celebration is the second baseman, Will Allen Smith, and a great pickoff there by Scotty Wyatt gets the bases swept off, and now we've got 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. A really good pickoff there by Wyatt, who was pitching from the stretch. Grant Ross making a great tag, and a huge and generous lead there by the center fielder, Nate Moore. The Bulldogs were able to eliminate that early single that happened with the leadoff hitter. So Wyatt, we'll see if he continues pitching from the stretch or if he'll return to his windup. The windup it is, and he goes home with it in a check swing. They're going to say that is strike 1. Home plate umpire looked like he was going to appeal to the first base umpire, but he decided just to take it himself. It was clear and convincing that Jordan Allen made his way around home plate. So Wyatt, here's the 2-1 pitch in there for a called strike 2 right on the outside of the zone. A good pitch placement there called by Caden Cottrell. Canyon Pace, Ben Smith both getting the day off. They got some action this weekend here against the Delta State Statesmen. Caden Cottrell will get the start here in this Tuesday special. So Wyatt with the 2-2. It's going to be out towards center field. Underneath it is going to be Matthew Autry. Remember that the wind is carrying today, but that's not going to be a problem on a pop fly out to center field. Jordan Allen is retired, and we went 1-2-3. To the bottom of the first we go. Game is tied here in Jackson.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Here in the bottom of the first inning, and we turn the keys over to Dawson Goins on the mound. The right-handed sophomore pitcher out of Benton, Arkansas, will take on the Bulldog 1, 2, 3 hitters. Will Allen Smith will swing at the very first pitch he sees. It's heading out towards the turtle, by the right field bullpen, and it will go foul. Here is the starting lineups for the Bulldogs. Batting first and playing second base, we have Will Allen Smith. Batting second and playing left field is Elijah Ramsey. Batting third and playing first base is Grant Ross. He enters today's game with a 7-game hit streak. We'll see if he can keep that up here today against the Reddies. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Blake Barrett. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Jake Cale. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Alec Hardy. Batting seventh, the catcher, Caden Cottrell. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Joseph Huffstedler. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Matthew Autry. Here for the Bulldogs. Will Allen Smith will take the 0-2 count, foul it back into the netting, and we'll look at Dawson Goins here on the mound for the Reddies. His last game was on February 9th, and it was a struggle. He came into that game with a 17.18 ERA and put up a 162 ERA in just 1/3. He was only able to record 1 out in that game. He gave up 6 runs on 2 hits. He walked 3 batters and really struggled in that one. We'll see if the Bulldogs can get to him early, just like Missouri Southern did on February 2nd. He gave up 7 runs and 5 hits in the 3 2/3 of an inning that he faced there, and throws that one way outside here to Will Allen Smith to take the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Goins, the large stature on the mound, and a check swing there by Will Allen Smith. He gets away from it. They appeal to the first base umpire. They say no. Going 6'2", 220 pounds, staring at you there with a good fastball in his arsenal. So here's a delivery with the full count, and it's going to be popped up straight towards the ready dugout. First baseman's going to be underneath it. That's Rice, and he will retire Will Allen Smith. Defensive starters here for Henderson State. Out in left field is Allen. At center is Moore. Right field is Holt. And the infield is Arjun Bright at third. Cowart at shortstop. Jones at second. Rice, who just made the catch over at first base. Scritchfield is the catcher in this game. Goins on the mound, and Siegel is the designated hitter, as Elijah Ramsey, the left fielder, freshman for the Bulldogs, gets his first plate appearance of the game. It's going to dribble away from the catcher, Scritchfield. So far this season, Goins is 0-1. So far this year, he's only gone 4 innings. He's given up 2 hits, 13 runs, 7 walks, struck out 5 batters. The average against him is a impressive .412 for offenses around the southern region. As he is in his 3rd game, he's hoping to get that ERA back down into manageable situation. That's going to be right over the head of the first baseman. Rice out towards right field, grabbing it is Holt in the wall. Ramsey's going to be rounding first, and he's going to make his way easily to second on a stand-up double. He gives the namaste, the bow, and he is in there with a double. Great hit there by Elijah Ramsey. Just got the inside cut of it. Whipped it around, threw it over the first baseman's head out towards right field. And the Bulldogs have their first runner on, their first runner in scoring position, and a chance here for Grant Ross to extend his 7-game hit streak. Ross so far this season is leading the Bulldogs in average. He's got a .411 average at the plate, and he takes a big swing and a miss through that one. Ross, in his 2nd season with the Dogs, has played in all 15 games. The only guy in the starting lineup today to do so. He's also started all 15 of the games for the Bulldogs this season. He's got 56 at-bats, 23 hits in 56 at-bats. He's more than double anybody else here in the lineup. Alec Hardy is in 2nd in that stat here of Bulldog starters here on this Tuesday afternoon. And an impressive 17 RBIs from Grant Ross entering today's game. Here's the pitch to him. Almost gets a piece of his knee. And Scritchfield is able to haul that in to avoid Elijah Ramsey taking a free 90 feet from second base. The Reddies basically putting a shift on Ross here. Jones is playing out in shallow right field with Cowart, the shortstop, basically playing behind the bag, and that's going to be hit out towards right field. Holt, the right fielder, is going to be underneath it as he goes back towards the warning track. He hauls it in. Ramsey's going to make his way, tagging up, and he will make his way to third base. And a move 'em over sacrifice fly there to Grant Ross will put the Bulldogs within 90 feet away of taking the lead in this game. So Ramsey tagged up. He made his way over from second to third. And it's going to bring up Blake Barrett as the designated hitter and the cleanup hitter today in this game. He hasn't had as many appearances as he did last season, as Moore, the center fielder, makes his way back into position, no longer needing the shift that they used on Ross. And Barrett with a cowering stance here in the right-hand batter's box is going to look to knock in Ramsey from third base. So 1 on, 2 outs here to Barrett. Hitting .300 on the season so far, and he's going to take that one right outside the zone. A good pitch there by Goins, unable to get Barrett to chase. Barrett looking for his 7th hit of the season here as he enters today with 1 run on 6 hits in his 20 at-bats. He's got 1 extra base hit. That was a double, and he's going to put that one over the first base dugout. Rice thought that he about had room. He's already hauled in 1 pop fly foul ball over by the first base dugout, but Barrett just put enough on it. Sneak it out of Fesmeyer Field here on this gloomy day. Delivery from Goins is going to be right outside. A big swing and a miss there by Barrett, about 2 inches off the barrel of the bat there. Right out of reach for Blake. And they're going to give him time. You can hear the wind howling here at Fesmeyer Field. The flag out in deep center. Dominantly waving its American colors. The trees out in the outfield all shaking and waving back and forth. And now with a 2-2 count with 2 outs, here's a delivery to Barrett. He's going to put it right towards the gap. Grabbing it off of the glove of the second baseman is Jones, and Barrett is on. And that is going to be an RBI given to Barrett. They're going to say that that was a hit, and Elijah Ramsey comes home to score the first run of the game. The Bulldogs are on the board here in the bottom of the first inning. Barrett is on with a single. It's an RBI to him, and Jake Hale will come up to the plate. Jake Hale had a couple clutch hits in late inning games a few weeks ago against West Alabama. We'll see here what he can do with 1 runner on. Shifting over more towards second base is Jones, and it's going to be a first pitch ball to Jake Cale. Cale getting the start in right field today. He's played in 10 games. He started 8 of them in his sophomore season. He's hitting .241 at the plate, and he's got 7 hits on 2 runs. Here's a load up and a big swing through that one by Jake Cale for strike 1 of the at-bat. It's good to see Blake Barrett get his 7th hit of the season. He really poked that one right in the gap. Jones slid over. And the scorekeepers up here in the booth credit that as a hit rather than an error, even though it did go off of his glove. They said that was just Jones making an ambitious dive there at second base to try to get the out. So 1 aboard, 1 run scored here in the bottom of the first inning. Bulldogs up 1-0. Here's the pitch from Goins off the bat of Jake Cale into the backstop netting. You can hear the cheers going on behind us from the ladies softball team as the Bulldogs took a 2-0 lead behind us here in the bottom of the first inning for softball. So Goins from the stretch. Running is Blake Barrett, and it's going to be put right in the gap between first and second base. It goes out towards right field. Blake Barrett will be making his way to third base, and in with a single is Jake Cale right in the gap, and it could be credited towards the steal there of Blake Barrett here in this one that might have just been able to get that hit. So Barrett goes from first to third. He committed to stealing second base, and when Jake Cale put that ball right to the first baseman, Rice was more distracted by the runner than he was the ground ball right in the gap, and a good placement there gives the Bulldogs back-to-back singles by Barrett and Cale, and it's going to bring up the third baseman, Alec Hardy. He's got a first and third, and here's the pitch to him, a swing and a miss by Alec. Taking a pretty commanding lead over there is Jake Kale. We'll see if he'll try to steal second. The catcher, Scritchfield, came out, gave the signals to his middle infielders, Jones and Cowart, and Kale is going to go. They're going to bobble the ball at home plate, and Jake Kale will walk into an easy second base position. So the infield will now go back to their positions. Jones will drop back more towards the right side of the field. At second base, Jake Kale moving into scoring position gives the Bulldogs runners on second and third. We're going to credit Jake Kale with the steal, and that's going to be outside here to Alec Hardy. So Kale took off running Scritchfield. We will never know what the call was on that, if he was prepared to throw it down, because as he jumped up to throw the ball, he ended up bobbling it, dropping it. And the Bulldogs have two aboard with 2 outs here as Alec Hardy sends that one out towards center field. It's shallow. It has a chance to land, and Moore is going to make a catch on the run out in center field to leave 2 stranded and retire the Bulldog third baseman. But not before they put 1 on the board. Elijah Ramsey came home to score on a single by Blake Barrett after being moved over by Grant Ross. We'll be right back with you here in the top of the second.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us. A promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Scotty Wyatt only used 17 pitches to get out of the top of the first inning. Some huge help there by the first runner leadoff pickoff that he had. He faces the 4, 5, 6 batters here from the Reddies. That's Arjun Bright, Siegel, and Scritchfield getting things going here for Henderson State. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss. A big golf swing there from Arjun Bright. He whipped out the 9-iron, tried to put that one over the right field wall, and came up with strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes here to the ready third baseman. He's going to take that outside. A good attempt there by Wyatt to force the chase, but Arjun Bright not going to fall for that one. In that top of the first inning, Moore had the leadoff single, was picked off. Rice popped out to Alec Hardy at third base, and Allen flew out to center. And a good take there by Arjun Bright, as he's going to force Wyatt to throw something close and in the zone, playing very protective here, battling at home plate, taking some practice swings over there on the on-deck circle. Is Mitchell Siegel. That's going to be hit to the second baseman, bobbling it, but throwing over is Will Allen Smith, and that's going to be a 4-3 ground out to get things going here in the top of the second inning.
Now batting number 35, Mitch Siegel.
Will Allen Smith came onto that ball, but unfortunately bobbled it. It didn't affect the end of the play. He was able to get the out. It's going to bring up Siegel. Delivery to him is going to be an off-speed outside for ball 1. Siegel this season's hitting .333. He's playing in his 8th game, getting his 6th start. He's got 15 at-bats on the year. Scored 1 run on 5 hits, and that's going to be out towards left center. It's going to land, and Siegel will be aboard. We'll see if there's a play at second base. It's not going to be there in time from the left fielder Ramsey, and Siegel starts things here with a rally, with a double here in the second inning. That was Siegel's third double of the season. Now with a runner in scoring position for the first time for the Red A's. Siegel will be held by Will Allen Smith up there. And a big swing and a miss there by the catcher, Scritchfield. Scritchfield currently has the lowest average for the Reddies in this lineup. He's hitting .211. Not too bad if you're the lowest hitter on the team with .211. There's going to be a pickoff attempt that goes way out towards center field. Jumping up is Siegel. He's going to make his way over to third base. There's going to be a throw from Matthew Autry, and they're just going to cut it off at shortstop. And while they had a successful pickoff attempt in the top of the first, it was a struggle here in the top of the second. That ball was way out of reach for Will Allen Smith. And you wonder and ask yourself, could Smith have jumped off the bag and tried to protect the extra base? He really just stood there at second and let that ball sail into center. Had he stepped off and basically just played catch with Scotty Wyatt, he could have protected from Siegel running to third. But now the infield's going to have to play in all four position fielders for the Bulldogs, basically playing in the infield grass, ready to take something home. Caden Cottrell preparing for a ground ball, take it home, roll him up, play. And a swing and a miss. That was a very, very delayed swing there by Scritchfield. He decided to swing basically after the ball crossed home plate. And the Bulldogs will take it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here to the ready catcher. Wyatt from the stretch, looks over, checks Siegel at third, and it's going to be way out. Get away from Caden Cottrell. He's going to grab it, make the throw over to home, and it is going to be a wild pitch to tie the game up. Siegel comes from third, charging in to score the first run here for Henderson State in this game. Caden Cottrell was able to get to that ball pretty quickly behind home plate, but he threw it high. Wyatt had no opportunity to get it. And now the infield will head back to their positions, draw back towards second and shortstop. Go back into the dirt, and 2-2, nobody on this time here. Will ring him up. That's going to be strike 3 here to the catcher, Scritchfield. And a great pitch there by Scotty Wyatt will strike out Scritchfield. So 1 run has come home. There's 2 outs here in the top of the second inning, and it's going to bring up the second baseman, Cal Jones. He's got a .269 average, playing in his 12th game, getting his 8th start of the season for the Reddies. And he will take the first one outside. A good placement by Scotty Wyatt, trying to get a swing, but that's a no contest situation there, as Jones does not pull back. He's had 26 at-bats so far this season. 2 doubles, 7 hits, 9 runs. Another ball outside the zone here from Scotty Wyatt, who's thrown now 31 pitches in 2 innings. So no one on. Here's a delivery. It's going to be way up in the air, going back towards center field as Matthew Autry. He's running out of room out there on the track, and it's going to bounce off the wall. Rounding second is going to be Jones. He'll make his way into third base. Grabbing it is the right fielder, Jake Keel. They're going to say, hold up at third. And what could have been an inside-the-park home run stops 90 feet short as Cal Jones makes his way to third base. And really right in that right center field gap, at the crack of the wall, Matthew Autry really was close on that. His glove was about a foot away, and it bounced off the wall. Jones makes his way to third. And the Reddies here in the second inning have another runner on in scoring position. We'll see they're going to credit it as a triple to Jones, and it'll bring up Logan Cowart, the shortstop, for his first plate appearance of the game. That's the first triple of the season from Cal Jones. The other guy in the lineup for the Reddies is the center fielder, Nate Moore, who also has a triple. That's the first one for Jones on the year, and that's going to be hit back into the netting by Cowart. So we'll see if Scotty Wyatt is able to strand a ready runner. And Cowart now opening up his stance. Alec Hardy, the third baseman, protecting while also going for the ball. Matthew Autry's going to have to charge in here in center field, and he has it for the third out here in the top of the second, but not before the Reddies put one on the board. It's 1-1. Tie game here in Jackson. To the bottom of the second inning we go. Bulldogs have up the 7, 8, 9 hitters.
Your life, your home,
your business, your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
As Caden Cottrell makes his way to the box, the Reddies will go to their bullpen early in this game. They're going to turn it over to Ryan Galvin after going through 28 pitches, giving up 3 hits, the 1 run, in the 6 batters that he faced in the bottom of the first inning. So Goins will exit the game, and Ryan Galvin will take over. He's got a 7.24 ERA, the highest of his collegiate career. Last year he had a 5.23 ERA. The season before, a 3.86 ERA. He appeared in 15 games his freshman season, 14 his sophomore, and this will now be his 5th appearance. He's 1-2 on the year. He's thrown 13 2/3 innings, given up 17 hits, 13 runs. He's walked 5 and struck out 7 as Caden Cottrell places that one out in the right field. Grooming over is going to be Holt, and Cottrell is on with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the second inning. That is Cottrell's 3rd hit of the season. Cottrell had a good read on that, very similar to the single by Blake Barrett in the bottom of the first inning, just over the head of the first baseman Rice. And the Bulldogs have another runner aboard here with Joseph Huffstedler. Getting his first appearance of the game at the plate. He's going to show bunt. Charging over to second base is going to be Jones. It's going to land, and it's going to be Galvin who takes it himself. It'll be a 1-3 ground out, but Huffstedler was able to move over Caden Cottrell. That was what he was anticipating and trying to do. And the Bulldogs trade advancement for an out. So with the 9-hole batter, Matthew Autry coming up to the plate. He enters this game with a 185 average. He's got 5 hits on 7 runs in his 27 at-bats. He's played now in 13 games, getting his 10th start of the season. He will take the first pitch in there for a called strike 1. So Cottrell, catcher out at second base. Good read there by Henderson State's defense on the bunt. Charging in on that was Arjun Bright. Jones was moving over to cover. They were fully prepared for it. And it worked out for them to get the easy out at first. So Matthew Autry now has an 0-2 count here in the bottom of the second. Bulldogs looking to reclaim the lead that they had in the first inning. It was a wild pitch that brought home Siegel, and that's going to be put right in the gap between short and third. Caden Cottrell will move over to third in a 1st and 3rd situation as Matthew Autry is on with a single. Cowart had nowhere to go on that. Caden Cottrell was at second base. He was thinking about staying, and it wasn't until Allen out in left field was able to grab the ball that Cottrell took off a little bit late. He made his way over to third, so Scritchfield will come out, give the 1st and 3rd situation to his middle infielders. Matthew Autry has significant speed. He is 9 for 9 on stolen bases so far this season in his 9 attempts. See if he goes for number 10 here. We fully expect it. There's only one out. He's got quite a bit of speed. The first and third, always a challenge because you have the threat of Caden Cottrell coming home if you make a bad throw to second base. We'll see what the play call is here as Will Allen Smith drops a bunt. One run will come home to score. They'll take the out at first rather than home plate, and a sacrifice bunt will score a run, and the Bulldogs reclaim their lead. So Caden Cottrell will come from third to home. Matthew Autry now moving to second, and Will Allen Smith with a beautiful sac bunt will score the go-ahead run. Elijah Ramsey will get his second at-bat of the game, his first against Galvin. He doubled and came home to score in the first inning, and he's going to put that one out towards left center field. It's going to be Jordan Allen underneath it. He hauls it in for out number 3, but the Bulldogs reclaim the lead here. It's 2-1, Union here in Jackson. Don't go anywhere, but we'll be right back with you for the top of the third.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
Scotty Wyatt going for inning number 3. It will be the 9-hitter Louis Holt that he faces here to get things started. Holt has played in all 15 games for the Reddies. He's got a .383 batting average hiding down there in the 9 spot. He will face Wyatt, who throws that way out of the zone. Cottrell having to slide to his left to catch that one. Wyatt's at 37 pitches so far, giving up 3 hits, 1 run. On the wild pitch, struck out 1 in the 8 batters that he faced, and that is going to be way outside for a 3-0 count here to Louis Holt. Holt's got 18 hits, 16 runs scored. He leads the team that's starting today. He's got 7 RBIs on the season, 1 double, and he will take that for called strike 1. Just at the bottom right of the zone there. Wyatt able to sneak one in there with a 3-1 count, and that's going to be way outside for ball 4. But it is the first walk given up by the Bulldogs so far in this game. That really was the problem in the first game of the doubleheader on Saturday. The Bulldogs gave up 8 walks in that one, and it was kind of the horrors of last year sneaking back into the memory of Bulldog fans with all of the free bases given up, something the Bulldogs have done a pretty good job of minimizing so far this season. It's really been their offense that has been unbelievable here at home. There's only been 3 games at home so far this season. The Bulldogs have not put up at least 5 runs offensively. They're already at 2 today, and a pickoff attempt there by Scotty Wyatt will bring up more at the plate. So Holt with the leadoff walk over there at first base. Alec Hardy ready for a possible bunt. Got a little bit quicker of a pickoff there by Wyatt. The throw just a little bit high to the first baseman, Ross. Alec Hardy fully anticipating a bunt here from Nate Moore. And we'll see what he does. He's swinging. It's going to be hit towards the shortstop. Grabbing it on the slide is Huffstedler. He throws it over to second and gets the lead runner out. It'll be a fielder's choice for Nate Moore. Good play defensively there by Joseph Huffstedler, sliding into that one, protecting it from going into left field. And he was able to get at least one out here with Luke Rice, a team leader in hits, average, third in RBIs on the season. That's going to be just away from Cottrell. It'll slide all the way to the backstop, and Moore will easily move over to second base. Moore was going either way. We'll see if they just give him the stolen base. He had already committed on that, even though that wild pitch made it a no question. So runner in scoring position here for Rice. It's going to be out and away. Luke Rice with a 429 average. He's got 24 hits on the season in his 57 at-bats. Rice out of North Little Rock. Played for Rich Mountain. He's going to put that one right to the glove of Grant Ross over at first. He'll step on the bag, and it'll move Moore over to third base as the Reddies look to strike once again. So 1 on, 2 outs here to Jordan Allen, the left fielder. He's got a 324 average in the first inning. He flew out to deep center field. Allen out of Tatum, Texas, graduated from Longview High School. He'll take that one away. 7 hits already put up here in this game through the first 2 2/3 of an inning. And here's delivery from Wyatt. Low in the dirt. Good grab by Cottrell. Something that Wyatt's really got to make sure that he slows down his game, take a little bit off of his pitch to make sure he doesn't throw another wild pitch with a runner on third. The only run put up by the Reddies in this game was exactly that. So Smith and Huffstedler jumping towards second base, trying to protect that ball from slipping out of the glove of Wyatt as he goes home with it here. It'll be inside for a strike called here on Allen. So 3 balls, 1 strike. He was looking for ball 4. Wyatt able to sneak one in there. Huffstedler now shifting over more towards third at shortstop. And here's a delivery. It'll be ball 4. So Allen is aboard. It'll set up a first and third. Cottrell comes out, gives the signs. Allen has not stolen a base yet this season. Moore now at third. Allen at first. And with runners on is really where the control of Scotty Wyatt has struggled, not only in this game, but a few games this season. He's great with nobody on, but it's the runner over there at third base tempting him, having the ability to move around, shake around, get in the head here of the Bulldogs starting pitchers. That is way outside of the zone here against Caden Argenbright, the third baseman, with a 309 average. And we're going to have a quick meeting at the mound, have a conversation about this. We'll be right back with you here in just a few brief seconds.
award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Arjun Bright will step back in the box after a brief meeting at the mound here with Scotty Wyatt. He's got a 2-0 count and throws that one for ball 3 right outside of the zone. And Wyatt motioning with his hand for Cottrell to set up a little bit outside. Here's a delivery. It will be a 4-pitch walk to load the bases here with 2 outs. Allen will go to second. Moore is still on third, and Arjun Bright now is on first. In the second walk given up in the inning here by Scotty Wyatt. 6th walk issued this season for the Bulldogs. Mitchell Siegel will be at the plate. Coach is having a conversation there in the third base dugout. Nobody warming up in the bullpen, and that's exactly what the Bulldogs need. A ball on the ground. Will Allen Smith takes it, and the bases go stranded as they leave all 3 aboard. Siegel grounds out to second base. It's a 4-3 ground out. The Bulldogs protect their 1-run lead. To the bottom of the 3rd inning we go. Bulldogs up 2-1.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us, a promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Will lead the Bulldogs off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. He takes a check swing on the first pitch that he sees. Galvin will remain on as the pitcher. He threw 10 pitches, giving up 2 hits, 1 run in the bottom of the 2nd. He'll return for another inning of work here, as that pitch will be a called strike to Ross. Ross had the sacrifice fly in the 1st inning. He'll get another chance here in the 3rd. It's going to be right back to the glove of Galvin. He's easily got it, throws it over to first. Rice has it, and it'll be a 1-3 ground out to retire the Bulldog first baseman. Up to the plate comes Blake Barrett. He's already got a single in this game. He snuck that one right over head of Rice. We'll see what he can do here in the bottom of the 3rd. Entered this game with a .300 batting average. That one is right down the outside for him. Blake Barrett, his 3rd season with the Bulldogs, the master's student out of Lincoln Terrell Community College. Last year in his senior season, he had .255, played in 33 games, had 5 doubles, 1 home run, had 10 walks for a .348 on-base percentage. He played in 33 games his junior year as well. He had .298 in that season, had 98 at-bats. He's had a lot more rest this season. It's good to see him in the lineup. He played 2 seasons at Lincoln Trail Community College, was named second team NJCAA All-Academic. Prepped at Floyd Central High School, Greenville, Indiana. Played basketball as well, hit .438 in high school. He's looking to have that here as he takes his extra season of eligibility. This season he's now playing in his 8th game. Played a lot of first base, and now that Grant Ross has truly earned that spot, especially with his bat, Blake Barrett has had a lot more days as a DH than he has at first base this season. He's got 1 extra base hit so far this year with a slugging percentage of .350. It was that junior season that was just unbelievable with 11 home runs. If you remember 2 years ago, he had a slugging percentage of .613 and hasn't had one out of the park yet this season. He's going to put that one to third base. It's going to be Arjun Bright that's got it. Throws over to first, and the cross the diamond bullet is able to put away Barrett. Jake Kale looking for his second hit of the day. He had a single and stole a base in the first inning before being left stranded at second. Kale out of Sacred Heart of Jesus High School here in Jackson in his sophomore season for the Bulldogs. Last year he played in 15 games, started in 4, and he's really been starting quite a bit here. He's already started now. Today is his 9th start of the season. He's got an average of .241 in the 10 games that he's played. Played in 15 total last season. He's already about past that this year. He's got 10 RBIs already this year on 7 hits. That's compared to the 2 RBIs on the 7 that he had last season. Had a couple big games, most notable being the walk-off against West Alabama. That's going to be a strike 3. So Kale swings right through that one. The Reddies are able to get the Bulldogs 1, 2, 3, and due up here in the top of the 4th inning. We will have the 6, 7, 8 batters for Henderson State. Bulldogs up by 1. We'll be right back with you here for some more Bulldog baseball.
Your life. Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
The catcher will lead things off here for the Reddies in the top of the 4th inning. It's Austin Scritchfield, Connors State, where he transferred in. Last season, he appeared in 25 games for the Reddies, recorded 9 hits, 12 RBIs, and 59 at-bats. He hit a grand slam as kind of the highlight of last year's season. That was against Northwestern Oklahoma State on February 26th. And he clinched that season against the North Oklahoma State Rangers. Went 1 for 2 in a double and 3 RBIs against Southwestern Oklahoma State on February 17th. He did some damage to those Oklahoma teams last season And as he puts that one out into left field. So Scritchfield is aboard with a leadoff single. Scotty Wyatt remains on the mound for the Bulldogs. He's thrown 60 pitches, giving up now. That was his 4th hit of the game, giving up the 1 run, 3 walks, and the 15 batters that he has faced so far. And it'll bring up Jones, who had the triple in the 2nd inning that hit off of the right center field wall. Alec Hardy at third base, playing very shallow, ready for the bunt. That's exactly what happens. Charging in was Grant Ross from first base, and he will throw the ball away. It'll go out towards right field. Will Allen Smith unable to catch the ball. They will hold up Scritchfield at third, and an error will allow Jones to make his way to second base. And Will Allen Smith unable to haul it in there at second. It didn't look too terrible of a throw from Ross, aside from it being incredibly low. He probably could have had that if he fielded it to block it, but Scritchfield will now move to third, Jones at second. 2 runners on incredibly quickly here in the top of the 4th inning with Cowart up to the plate. He flew out to center field in the 2nd inning, and that's going to be in the dirt. And the control of Scotty Wyatt struggles here with runners on. Once again, it's the pressure situations that have really got to him so far in this game. He's been at his best with nobody on. But each inning it seems to progressively get out of control. Will Allen Smith right above his glove. That's going to go out towards right center field. 1 run's coming home. That's Scritchfield. The 2nd run is in. That's Jones. And the Reddies take a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 4th inning on the single by Cowart. 2 runs come aboard. And the Bulldogs now find themselves down by 1 after the error at first base. Scritchfield scores from third, Jones scores from second, and no outs here still in the top of the 4th inning with 2 runs already plated. Give Cowart the single on that, and Louis Holt will be up. He led off the 3rd inning, and now he's got an opportunity to get a run scored here in the 4th. Holt walked, but was eliminated in a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning. Showed bunt. And we'll see if they do exactly what Jones did earlier in this inning about 2 minutes ago. As Wyatt now from the stretch. He'll show bunt, and he'll put that one foul down the 3rd base line. He's got a swing now with 2 strikes. And a tough break for the Bulldogs here as the walk, the error, turn into runs. So the Reddies tie the Bulldogs with 5 hits apiece here in the top of the 4th. And Wyatt now has the batter 0-2. Delivery to Holt. Launched down the right field line out towards the parking lot. It's going to go over the fence underneath a truck out there by the field house. And a really hard hit ball. Line drive foul there by Louis Holt. As Scotty Wyatt's got to bury something here. Looks down, here's a delivery to him. It's going to be down the 3rd baseline foul. Louis Holt continuing to battle, staying alive here at the plate. Good at bat so far for him. So Holt now continue with his no ball, 2 strike count. Fouled off a few already. Over at first is Cowart. And it's going to be outside, no chase by Holt. Louis Holt, the right fielder. Mililani, Hawaii. Spent time at Fort Scott Community College. Appeared in 44 games last season. And that'll be on the ground. They will say it's a 3rd strike. But while Cottrell grabbed it between his legs in the dirt, Cowart will move over to second base on the wild pitch, strike 3. That's only the first out of the inning. To the top of the lineup we go. It's the center fielder, Nate Moore, getting his third plate appearance here in the fourth inning. He had a single, was picked off by Wyatt in the top of the first inning. He grounded into a fielder's choice in the third inning, and he will take that one directly into the number 1 embroidered on his back. And 2 are aboard here after the hit by pitch. So Moore is on first, Cowart's on second, and Luke Rice, the first baseman with the highest batting average on the team, is now at the plate with 1 out, 2 on. Alec Hardy at third base, remaining in his position while Joseph Huffstedler, the shortstop, plays very close to second with the left-handed hitter at the plate. Bulldogs really looking for something on the ground here. If Wyatt is able to keep it low in the zone, Will Allen Smith, a big opportunity there at second base to turn a double play, but it's going to have to come on the strike here by Wyatt. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Rice flew out in a pop fly in the first inning. That was right outside of third base. Alec Hardy hauled that one in. He also grounded out to first base in the third inning. And they need something on the ground here, but Wyatt is forced to throw something down the middle of the plate. Incredibly dangerous situation, especially to Luke Rice, who's already got 24 hits on the season. He's got 10 RBIs, threatening a few more here. And this is not the guy you want to have a 3-0 count to if you're the Bulldog pitching staff. With now there's action in the left field bullpen for the first time in the game for Union. And it will be a quick, easy 4-pitch walk to load the bases once again. So runners have gotten on this inning with an error, a hit by pitch, and a walk. We've completed the trifecta of free bases here in the top of the fourth inning. Jordan Allen will now have his opportunity at the plate. He walked, was left stranded in the third inning, and now he's going to put that one back over the netting here in the first pitch that he sees. He flew out to center field in the first inning, and now he's looking for something from Rice. Having the ability to score. That's going to be on the right side. It's going to be towards foul territory, charging over to the first baseman, Grant Ross, and it will land foul. Will Allen Smith, the closest player for the Bulldogs to getting that, running out of room. So the bases are loaded. Rice, as we just mentioned, over at first. Moore is at second. Coward at third. Bulldogs just really needing something on the ground here. Go to any base. We'll see. They'll probably go home with it. Interesting to see the infield not playing too shallow, and strike 3. He gets it. Allen, a big swing and a miss there, and a great pitch by Scotty Wyatt to go 1, 2, 3 strikes, as his control was never better on that pitch. So Algen Bright gets his opportunity with the bases loaded. He was part of a bases loaded situation last inning in the third, where he walked, was left stranded at first, and he'll take the first pitch he sees outside. He grounded out in the second inning to Will Allen Smith at second, and he will load up with bases loaded here in the fourth. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch to him. It's going to be a beautiful off-speed in there for strike 1. Caden Arjun Bright this season, 309, 17 hits, has 15 RBIs with 2 home runs. That's what I was reading here in the stat book. He got 6 doubles, leads the team in doubles, home runs, and extra base hits, as well as RBIs for the Reddies. That's why you never want to face the cleanup hitter with bases loaded. That ball is way outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bases loaded here in a big situation for Scotty Wyatt to try to minimize damage. We've got a couple guys warming up in the bullpen for the Bulldogs. And here's a delivery from Wyatt. It's going to be ball 4. A run is going to come home just outside. Cowart will now make his way home. He will be the 3rd runner across the board for the Reddies in this inning. Moore now over to 3rd base. Rice to 2nd, and Arjun Bright is on with a walk. And the bases remain loaded as we now face the 9th batter of the inning here in the top of the 4th. It's Mitchell Siegel, and he will take the first pitch he sees up and out for ball 1. Siegel had a double in the 2nd inning, came around to score on the triple by Jones. Also grounded out to 2nd base in the 3rd inning. And the Bulldogs look to not have to face the lineup twice here in the top of the 4th as Wyatt places that one right at the knees in the zone for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded. We got Moore on 3rd, Rice on 2nd, Arjun Bright at 1st. Infield moving around. They can go to any bag, and a great strike 2 here by Scotty Wyatt. So with 2 strikes, the Bulldogs are 1 away from getting out of this jam here. And we'll see what Siegel is able to do. He's going to take a swing at it, trying to protect, puts it over to the 1st base dugout. And he will continue to battle and stay alive at the plate, trying to protect, swinging at anything close. You got to do that. If you got bases loaded on with 2 strikes, and they really need to get out of the jam here to keep within this game. It's going to be a foul ball over the 3rd base dugout out towards the parking lot by the photography house. So the count stays at 1-2. Continues here against Siegel. And playing really deep out there in right field is Jake Kale as that ball is in the dirt. A good grab by Caden Cottrell to protect from the wild pitch advancement, which we've already seen in this game. That's how Siegel himself scored in the 2nd inning. Was on a wild pitch from 3rd. So now we've got Wyatt stepping off the mound. Coaches for the Bulldogs putting their full trust here in Scotty Wyatt. Over at 3rd base, the runner slips, and that's going to be poked out towards left field. Charging in is going to be Elijah Ramsey. He's underneath it, and the Bulldogs escape a bases-loaded jam here in the top of the 4th inning. They get out of it. They leave it stranded, and Siegel flies out. To the bottom of the 4th inning we go. We'll be right back with you. Bulldogs now down by 1.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Hardy will lead things off here for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 4th inning. And he'll get his 2nd look here at Galvin as Hardy puts that one right under the glove of the 3rd baseman, Arjun Bright, out towards left field. Hardy is aboard with a leadoff single here. Exactly what the Bulldogs needed to get things going after a rocky top of the 4th inning. So Bulldogs are down by 2. Scritchfield, Jones, and Cowart all came home to score in the top of the 4th inning. The Bulldogs will need to put at least 2 on the board here to tie it. And that man at the plate is Caden Cottrell. He scored in the bottom of the 2nd inning after he singled. 1 for 1 on the day. Let's see if he can keep things going. Alicardi, the runner at first. That's going to be to the shortstop. That's going to be Cowart. Over to Jones. Over to Rice. It'll be a 6-4-3 double play. And the hope of an RBI there is squashed as both runners are eliminated from the base path. So the bases swept clean. Hardy will head back to the dugout after getting out in the double play by Cottrell, and Joseph Huffstedler will now come up to the plate. And we'll see what he's got in him here. He grounded out to the pitcher in his first plate appearance in the 2nd inning. And what seemed like the Bulldogs getting a rally going here quickly transformed into 2 outs. So Huffstedler will take that pitch way outside of the zone there by Galvin. Galvin only throwing 25 pitches in the 2 2/3 innings that he's gone, giving up 3 hits. Goins through 28 in the 1st. Next pitch in there to a strike against Huffstedler. He's really locked down the Bulldogs since coming into the game. He gave up the single to lead things off in the 2nd inning. Autry had a single, but that's about it. He's kept the Bulldog offense quiet so far in this game. Bulldogs needing their 5-run game that they've had so often here at home so far this season. They're 7-4 at Fesmeyer Field. They were 7-1 going into this past weekend where they were swept by Delta State, but have been a really, really good team offensively, especially at home, as Joseph Huffstedler will take a walk. Matthew Autry, the 9-hitter, will get his second look at Galvin. He singled off of him in the 2nd inning, was left stranded at second base, and this time he's got another runner on, just like he did with Caden Cottrell in the 2nd. We'll see if he can get an RBI here as the second baseman, Jones, will dilly-dally back to his position there in the dirt. Huffstedler not even leading off on that first pitch. He's adjusting his gloves over there at first base. After he reached on the walk, Bulldogs trying to muster up a little bit of a 2-out rally here. Matthew Autry, who's found himself in the 9-hole today. He's had a couple games leading off. A good season so far. He got a lot of hits early in the season, but has really cooled off. He's 5 for 27. He scored 7 runs on the season. He's hitting 185 entering today, added a single to his total. And that about gets a piece of Autry. Looked like it about got his jersey, but he jumped out of the way. A lot of the Bulldogs saying, take it, we got ice. We'll see what they do with it here. Galvin from the stretch will look over. Huffstedler trying to distract at first, and Autry will put that right between the first and second base gap. It goes out towards right field. Holtz got it, and a single to follow the walk as Matthew Autry has his 2nd hit of the day. So Autry's at first, Huffstedler's at second. The impact of the double play ever so prominent here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We go back to the top of the Bulldog lineup. It's Will Allen Smith now. He had a sacrifice bunt with an RBI in the 2nd inning. And he's going to take that one in there for a called strike 1. Had a pop fly to first base in the 1st inning. And the sac bunt in the 2nd back to the mound. So Smith with 2 runners on. Got Autry at first, Huffstedler at second, and they're going to have a pickle situation, and it is not good for the Bulldogs here. Huffstedler's going to have to go somewhere, and it will be an out recorded. I'm not sure who they tagged. It looked like they got Huffstedler, and poor base running there by Matthew Autry. He took off running. If you're Huffstedler, you've got to go. You can't leave your man stranded like that, and he just ended up standing on second base as Autry ends the inning and leaves 2 stranded. We'll see Will Allen Smith again in the 5th. Here we go. Bulldogs down by 2.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Once again, the catcher Scritchfield will be leading things off here in the top of the 5th. He led off the top of the 4th inning, and they batted around in that inning, putting 3 on the board, only a few hits. And the Bulldogs will go to their bullpen for the first time in this game. It'll be Sam Galbraith who throws the first one in there for a called strike 1. Galbraith will take over in this game for Scotty Wyatt. Wyatt went 4 innings through 88 pitches, giving up 5 hits, 4 runs, walking 5 in the 23 batters that he faced, and that'll be a little blooper to the shortstop. Joseph Huffsteller's got it on one hop, launches it over to first, and a good grab by Grant Ross saves the play. And Scritchfield is retired. A really good dig there by the Bulldog first baseman on that one hopper over at first, and it'll bring up Cal Jones. Jones reached on an error in the 4th inning. That's what started the little bit of a meltdown that the Bulldogs had in that inning. He came around to score. He's been on twice, had the triple in the 2nd inning. But Sam Galbraith able to get one quick and easy out here for the Bulldogs in the top of the 5th inning. He will throw that in there for a called strike. Somewhere in the course of the offseason, he entirely changed his pitching motion. We mentioned it on February 9th when he came into the game against Washburn University. He threw significantly higher in his release point last year, had a 45-degree angle, typically actually came over the top of it, straight up and down, but he's turned into almost a submarine-esque pitcher here for the Bulldogs. He's got the Craig Kimbrell stance and stare on the mound. We've seen haunt the major leagues the past few seasons, and Galbraith has really just accepted that, looks in, gets the call, bends down and throws from an underhand motion, which has been able to give him a lot more control and command, something you usually don't see from a sidearmer. But he's got a 0 ERA this season. He's thrown 1 1/3 innings so far this year. He struck out 2, faced 6 batters. He played last February 13th, and that's going to be launched way out towards right field over the wall, and that will be a home run given up to Cal Jones. He's got a triple in the game. He's been on all 3 times, and he adds a run to the board here in the top of the 5th inning as he just launched that one out of Fesmeyer Field, his first home run of the season. And that will be his 4th extra base hit of the season. He has 2 doubles on the season. He got a triple earlier in this one. Now a home run, and Galbraith gives up his first run, credited to him on the year. And just like that, already comes home to score and makes the game 5-2. So that home run just launched. That's going to be right to the glove of the first baseman, Grant Ross, by Cowart. He will take it, walk over, and step on first. But a truly deflating moment there for the Bulldogs on a missile launched over the right field wall. There was no question about that. Jones just put it entirely out of reach. That'll bring up Louis Holt. He struck out swinging in the 4th inning. He walked in the third inning, was eliminated during the fielder's choice. He will get his third plate appearance, this time facing Sam Galbraith. Alicardi, the only infielder, playing close and shallow on the grass, ready for a little opposite field ground ball off the end of the bat, possibly here from Holt, the 9-hitter, and that is, instead of going to be a hit, it will hit Holt. He takes that one right to the leg, and he is aboard with a free base. The second hit batter by the Bulldogs in this game. The other one was the man coming up to the plate, Nate Moore. Moore, the center fielder, now getting his fourth plate appearance here in the fifth inning. He's been aboard all 3 times. He singled in the first inning, was picked off. In the third inning, he hit into a fielder's choice before being left stranded at third. And in the fourth inning, we just mentioned it, he was hit by a pitch and left stranded at third. He keeps making his way to 90 feet away, but has not been able to score yet, and the Bulldogs hope he doesn't for the rest of the evening. Over at first base is Louis Holt. He's being held by Grant Ross as Galbraith looks in, hoping to get out of this jam here. Gave up the home run. Runner's going to go, and it's going to be fouled off, and they will send him back. He will not pass go, does not collect $200, and he will head back to first base. We'll reset everything here, this time with a 1-ball, 1-strike count here to Moore. Moore so far is on the season as the leadoff hitter. He's got a .310 average. He's got 14 hits now after his single in the first and his 43 at-bats. Alicardi's got it on the ground, throws it over to first, and a missile over to Grant Ross, and a great play there by the Bulldog third baseman protecting the foul line. Galbraith will jump over it out of superstition. To the bottom of the fifth inning we go, but not without a huge home run by Cal Jones. Put one more on the board for the Reddies. Bulldogs down by 3. To the bottom of the fifth inning we go here in Jackson, 5-2.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
Galvin now out of the game. They're going to bring in the left-handed pitcher, Carter, in relief for the Reddies. Galvin in this game went 3 innings through 36 pitches, giving up 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout in the 12 batters that he faced. A really dominant outing there by the pitcher for Henderson State. So that will bring Carter into the game. That's Luke Carter. And he will be facing Will Allen Smith here in the bottom of the 5th. Way out. It's going to hit the backstop there to make the count 1-2 to Will Allen Smith. Smith had a pop fly in the first inning. He had a sacrifice bunt RBI in the second. Now he will get a reset on his at-bat from the 4th inning. In the 4th inning, he started his at-bat, was about halfway through when Matthew Autry was picked off the base path. He just randomly took off running to second base. Huffstedler was left standing there, and Autry was called out there. So Will Allen Smith will get another plate appearance. Autry is actually now out of the game. Colby Davis came into the game in center field in relief, and the ball that almost hits Will Allen Smith will be a called strike 3. So Smith goes down on strikes, and it'll bring up Elijah Ramsey here for the Bulldogs. So Carter, the new pitcher out of Rogers, Arkansas, went to Allen County before transferring to Henderson State. Graduated from Rogers High School. Did not make a single appearance last season for the Reddies, but he has been perfect so far this season. He's actually had more at-bats than appearances for the Reddies this year. He's hitting .600. He's got 3 hits in his 5 at-bats, and he has a perfect ERA in the 4 games that he has pitched. He's got 1 2/3 innings that he has thrown this season, typically getting 1 or 2 outs in each of those games. He's got 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and that's going to be hit to the second baseman, Jones. He'll throw it underhand over to Rice, and Ramsey will ground out here in the top of the 5th inning. Really good season, a flawless season, to be more specific here, by the junior pitcher as he goes and quickly gets rid of his first 2 batters. Ramsey goes and gives a note to Ross. He whispered into his ear, pulled him out for a second, and Grant Ross trying to extend his 7-game hit streak here in the 5th inning. Got a sacrifice fly in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd. And will get his first opportunity against Luke Carter here in the 5th. Ross leading the Bulldogs in many different categories such as RBIs, hits, doubles, home runs. At least in the lineup today, Mitch Sisk, the only Bulldog to have more home runs than Grant Ross. He is getting some rest today along with Carson Chavis, both having the day off. We'll see if they enter the game as pinch runners. Jones has it on the ground, throws it over to first, and a perfect 1-2-3 inning here by Carter will send us to the 6th inning. Bulldogs still down by 3. It's 5-2 here in Jackson. We'll need a comeback once again. We'll be right back with you here for some more Bulldog baseball.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Hitter Luke Rice up to bat to lead things off here on the top of the 6th inning. The Bulldogs will go back to their bullpen. Galbraith is out of the game and Rasmussen is in. Galbraith threw 1 inning of work, threw 12 pitches, giving up 1 hit. That was the bomb by Jones, giving up that 1 home run. And now it will be Jack Rasmussen coming out of the bullpen in the 6th inning here for the Bulldogs as he throws his first pitch for ball 1 and ball 2. This season, Rasmussen's doing the best ERA-wise that he has in his career for the Bulldogs. He's typically struggled out of the bullpen, having a 15.34 ERA. Last season, he gave up 30 runs on 19 hits Interesting stat. If you take a look at it, that is due to the 17 walks and the 15 hit by pitch that he gave up last season. That ball is launched out towards left field. Jumping and making a grab on the run is Elijah Ramsey. They say that he's got it. He tosses it to the center fielder Davis as a foul soft ball makes its way onto the baseball field over there by third base. And a wonderful Superman backwards grab there by Elijah Ramsey saves a huge hit, and a wonderful play by the Bulldog left fielder gets the Bulldogs a little bit of protection here in the top of the 6th inning. So Jack Rasmussen, like we said last season, had a 15 hit by pitches and 17 walks given up. That is how he gave up the 30 runs on 19 hits, a 15.34 ERA. But he's had a bit of a change of pace this season. He's only at a 3.37 ERA in the 3 appearances he's had. He's given up 3 runs, but has been on no hits. He's had 8 free bases given up, 3 on a hit by pitch. Actually make that 4. That just happened right there to Allen. That is the 4th hit by pitch given up by Rasmussen so far this season. And the free bases continuously given up here by Rasmussen. He's given up 5 walks on the year, now 4 hit by pitches, and he has not given up a hit the entirety of the season. So now up to the plate is Arjun Bright. He's walked twice in this game, in the 3rd and the 4th inning. He was left stranded at first base both of those innings, grounded out to second base in the 2nd, and now he's got Allen aboard over at first after the hit by pitch. So here's the 0-1 count to him. It's going to be outside in the glove of Caden Cottrell. And there is now action once again here in the Bulldog left field bullpen. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 aboard over there at first base is Allen. And that's going to be a big swing and a miss there by Arjun Bright, the 3rd baseman. The umpire will come out, have a conversation with Rasmussen, give him a fresh and new ball. Caden Cottrell come back, adjust the chest protector. And the home plate umpire, the ball used on the last pitch. So 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 out. Here the count to Arjun Bright. Infield on their toes. Runner fakes going, and a foul ball back into the backstop by Arjun Bright. Allen jumped, gave the fake steal, decided against the commitment there. So he remains over there at first base. Now Arjun Bright will load up once again here. Still a 1-2 count here from Rasmussen from the stretch. Delivery outside. Caden Arjun Bright this season is hitting .309. Had 17 hits before entering this game. He recorded 2 more walks in this game, now up to 8 on the season. The cleanup hitter for the Reddies in this game will take ball 3 way outside of the zone. So the count goes full here in the top of the 6th inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here to Henderson State, 3rd baseman. Rasmussen forced to make a good pitch here. And let's see what he does. It's looks like it's gonna hit him in the foot. We'll see if they call it a walk or a hit by pitch. And another free base runner loaded on here by Jack Rasmussen on the season. So Allen will go to second base. Arjun Bright now makes his way over to first. They're going to say that he was also hit by a pitch. So that is back-to-back hit by pitches surrendered here by Jack Rasmussen. That is now his 5th of the season. So he's got 5 walks given up, 5 hit by pitch given up, and still no hits given up by Jack Rasmussen on the season. So Mitchell Siegel, the designated hitter, now up to the plate for the Reddies. He had a double in the 2nd inning, came around to score, faking the jump. It was Allen once again. He's at second, Arjun Bright at first. Siegel grounded out to second base in the 3rd inning, flew out to left field in the 4th. And now he's got 2 on with only 1 out. And a 2-ball, no strike count here from Rasmussen from the stretch. Jumping back, left, right, Allen, and Rasmussen just totally lost control of that one. A good grab on the run there by the catcher, Caden Cottrell, to avoid the runners moving. You wonder if Jordan Allen got in the head of Rasmussen as the count goes to 3 balls, no strikes. Here in the 6th, there's now action in both bullpens, and that will be a 4-pitch walk to Mitchell Siegel. The bases are loaded, all of them free here in the top of the 6th inning. And Austin Scritchfield, the catcher, will now have an opportunity with the bases juiced. And now Rasmussen has 6 walks on the season, 5 hit by a pitch, no runs given up based on that, and that's going to be about a foot in front of the plate. 1 run will come home to score. That is Allen. He makes his way there easily as that ball was spiked in the dirt. Coach Casey going to come out, have a conversation with Rasmussen as Arjun Bright makes his way over to third base. Siegel makes his way over to second. There's no force out. 2 runners in scoring position, and it looks like we may be going to the bullpen here in the top of the 6th inning. We'll be right back with you here after this brief meeting at the mound. To the bullpen we do go.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us. A promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Scritchfield will make his way back to his plate appearance from the right side of home plate as the Bulldogs go to a relief pitcher for the 3rd time in this game. A big swing and a miss there by the ready catcher. And a good pitch there by Cody Jomsland, who enters the game in relief of Jack Rasmussen. He hands Jomsland a 1-0 count that was inherited from before the pitching change. And here's a delivery from Jomsland. Low in the zone, ball 2. So Jack Rasmussen threw only 1/3 of an inning. He came in through 16 pitches. He gave up no hits, but he did give up a run. He hit 2 batters, walked another one. And now Cody Jomsland was able to get Scritchfield to foul it back. Jomsland, the freshman out of Sanford, Florida, graduated from homeschooling, but spent time playing at Seminole High School. So while he was homeschooled, he played 3 years of varsity ball for his local high school down in Florida, studying engineering here at Union. He's pitched in only 1 game. That was against Lane College on February 6th here at home. He went 1 2/3 innings, had a solid outing, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, walked 2 batters, hit 1 with a pitch in that. Came to Union, didn't think that he was going to be playing baseball, and decided that he wanted to continue with the sport that he grew up playing and continued it here at the collegiate level. Walked on to the team in mid-August, and he will walk the first batter that he faces to load the bases once again. So Siegel's still at second, Arjun Bright at third. Scritchfield now on with a walk. And we have seen 4 runners aboard here for Henderson State, none of them getting a hit here in this inning. Well, that brings up Cal Jones We saw what he can do with the bat in the last plate appearance where he launched one over the right field wall for a long home run. And now he's got bases loaded compared to the bases empty he faced in the 5th inning. That was just an inning ago that he launched that home run. He's been on all 3 times. He had the triple, was left stranded at second base in the 2nd inning, reached on an error in the 4th, came around to score, and then homered in the 5th inning. Well, now he's got the bases juiced, the infield back, and here's the pitch from Jomsland to him. It's going to be low near his feet. Jones entered this game with a .269 average and 26 at-bats, 7 hits on the season. He added 2 more today to make it 9. At 5 RBIs entering the game, picked up his 6th, and that's going to be out towards right field. Running over is going to take it on 1 bounce is Jake Kale. Not going to have a catch on it. Everybody will advance 1 base, and a single puts Jones just 1 hit away from the cycle today here in the top of the 6th inning. So Arjun Bright comes home on that single. Everybody was holding up thinking that Jake Kale might catch the line drive. He did not out in right field. Siegel makes his way over to third base. Scritchfield now at second. Jones at first. And now we have Cowart. Logan Cowart up to the plate with bases loaded here. Only 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Here's a delivery way outside. Caden Cottrell making a diving grab to catch that one. Behind us on the softball field, the Bulldogs have a 5-run lead. They're up 8-3 in the 2nd game of their doubleheader. And now we've got Jomsland. And that's going to be launched out towards left center field. Cowart will be eliminated by Colby Davis. He throws it in. 1 run will come home to score. It's a sacrifice fly credited to Cowart. He'll have another RBI on the season. And Siegel will make his way from third to home, the 3rd runner to cross home plate here in the 6th inning. So a quiet start to this game. The Bulldogs had an early lead. They took it back in the 2nd inning, and it's just fallen apart with relief pitching here for the Bulldogs. The Reddies scored 1 in the top of the 2nd, 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and now 3 here in the top of the 6th inning. Runner going. There's going to be a play. Not going to make the throw is Caden Cottrell. Scritchfield will make his way over to third. So they're going to say that that is a stolen base there by Scritchfield. Caden Cottrell not even trying the throw down there. And Chomsland's got first and third. That's going to be up on the left side. Charging in will be the left fielder Ramsey. Alicardi points to it at third, and Ramsey hauls it in to minimize any more damage, but not before the Bulldogs give up 3 runs on 1 hit here in the top of the 6th inning. They're down by 6. They'll have a big comeback ahead of them to the bottom of the 6th inning we go. We'll be right back with you here for some more Bulldog baseball.
Your life. Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Bulldogs look to start their comeback with their designated hitter, Blake Barrett. He's got a single already in this game Had the RBI in the first before grounding out in the third inning. And the Reddies will turn it over to their fourth pitcher of the game. It's Owen Ventillo. They had number 27 pitch, number 28 pitch, and now they've got number 29 pitch. That's going to do it for Carter, who went 1 inning through 12 pitches, giving up no runs, no hits, struck out 1, and only faced 3 batters. Owen Ventillo, the righty junior out of Antwerp, Belgium, previously played at Western Nebraska Community College. Matched Coppins last year with the most relief appearances for Henderson State with 19 appearances, had 28 strikeouts and 26 and a third innings pitched last year with a 1-0 record. So far this season, he's got a 6 ERA. He's appeared in 5 games now for the Reddies. He's gone 9 innings, recorded a save. He's given up 6 runs on 11 hits. He's walked 6. He's given up 1 double, no triples or home runs, and has struck out 6 batters so far in the season. He throws that one to Barrett right down the middle of the plate. Blake was ready to throw his bat back to the third base dugout and caught it before he released it from his hand. And the 3-0 count now turns into 3-1 here against Ventillo. That one's fouled back into the netting by Barrett as he has to now protect as the count goes full to him here in this one. Bulldogs really needing to mount a comeback. They've done it a few times this season. They were down by 9 in one game. They were down by 7 in another game. We've seen them put up 6 in the bottom, the 7th inning, and a final inning of that game. We'll see if they can do it again as that one slides down the netting into the glove there of Scritchfield, who's unable to catch it. So Barrett stays alive, continues to battle at the plate. He's got a full count here against Ventillo. Barrett now winding up here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. We'll see what he can do. He will take that one up high and ball 4. The Bulldogs have a runner on here in the bottom of the 6th inning, hoping to start their comeback with Jake Kale up to the plate. A ball just flew out of the left field bullpen. That will be one of the relief pitchers to go and retrieve it out in left field. Allen made notion of it out there. The umpires pausing the game for a moment, taking the timeout. And the first pitch to Kale will be outside. Jake singled in the first inning, stole a base before being left stranded at second. He struck out swinging in the third, and we haven't seen him for a few innings as he now gets his third plate appearance here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch to him is going to be down in the zone for a strike. Kale entered today with a .241 batting average. He's getting his 9th start of the season. Now has 8 hits on the year. He's provided some good pinch hit at-bats throughout the course of the season for the Bulldogs. Getting significantly more playing time than they did last year. We got to see some of his potential start breaking out late in the season. They brought him in a couple pinch runner situations. Then they had him hit and plays a little bit of outfield as well as he pops that one up towards second base. Jones will be underneath it, and they're going to let it fall in the outfield. Charging over to second base is going to be Barrett, who is called out, and a tough and weird situation there. If I'm Barrett, I'm going to have to be at least halfway there already because the first baseman, Rice, is all the way out in right field. There's no one covering first base even if they do catch it, so you're going to want to be about halfway to second base, and he had to make a late run there as all 3 of them either lost it in the lights or lost it in the non-existent sun here as it has gone down at Fesmeyer Field as we approach the 6 o'clock hour here in Jackson. But Holt, Jones, and Rice were all collapsing in on each other, and they all just stood and looked at each other, and the ball landed. But it didn't matter. They still got the out on the lead runner, so Barrett was eliminated from the base path, and they will say that Kale is aboard with the fielder's choice. So Alec Hardy now at the plate with 1 out. He flew out to center field in the first inning. He's going to put that one right out towards right field. It's a one-hopper to Holt. He'll be aboard with a single, And the Bulldogs have 2 runners on for the first time since the 4th inning. So Hardy with his second single of the day is on and aboard with Caden Cottrell coming up to the plate. Caden, one of 2 runners to score for the Bulldogs in this game. That was back in the 2nd inning where he singled, came around on the single by Davis and the RBI sack bunt by Smith. Take that in there for a called strike. So Cale is on second. Hardy's on first. And now we'll see what the Bulldogs can do to the reliever Ventillo on a big swing and a miss there by Caden Cottrell. He makes contact with that. It's going far. Coward, the shortstop, playing really close to second base. Jones standing behind the bag waiting for a pickoff attempt against Jake Cale. He's not going to get it. And what the catcher, Scritchfield, thought was strike 3 will be called a ball. 1-2 the count will go here against the Bulldogs dish protector. So Cottrell, rock the bat, take a windmill, and here's the 1-2 count. A swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes. So 2 outs now, 2 outs, 2 on. We will now see what appears to be Joseph Huffstetter. The Bulldog shortstop getting his 3rd plate appearance of the day. He grounded out to the pitcher in the 2nd inning on a bunt attempt to move him over. And then he walked, was left stranded in the 4th inning, and now he's got an opportunity to get a little bit of a rally, start chipping away at the 6-run lead here that Henderson State has. Good opportunity here as a left-handed batter against a right-handed pitcher. You got 2 runners on the right side at 1st and 2nd respectively. That's Alec Hardy and Jake Hale. There's guys warming up in both bullpens here, both for the Reddies and for the Bulldogs. First time these teams played each other, the Bulldogs used 7 pitchers. The Reddies used 7 as well. No one going over 3 innings. No one going over 2 innings for the Bulldogs. We're going to see what appears to be a similar situation here today on this Tuesday night special as Huffstedler takes that one in the dirt, gets away from the catcher Scritchfield. He'll drop over to his left, grab that reset, and the count will go full. So runners will be going here. Cale at second, taking a large lead. They're not even going to try to hold him. Shortstop draws back to his position, and it will be ball 4 right above the letters to Joseph Huffstedler.
Number 11, Colby Davis.
So the bases will be loaded, and the Bulldogs for the first time today have more than 2 runners on at a time. We've got Huffstedler, he's over at first. Hardy, he's at second. Jake Cale, he's at third. And Colby Davis will now get his first plate appearance of the game. He entered defensively in a substitution for Matthew Autry, and it's going to be put out towards left field. At least one run's going to come home to score. That's Jake Cale. Rounding third is Alec Hardy. He's going to come home to score. Making his way into second base is Colby Davis, and he enters the game and puts 2 runs on the board here with a double to start things off, chipping away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Bulldogs able to start this 2-out rally, exactly what they needed here to stay in this game. They remain with 2 runners here in scoring position. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Jake Cale came home to score. Alec Hardy scored all the way from second base. Huffstedler went first to third. And Colby Davis enters this game and has a huge clutch double. As to the top of the lineup we go, and a meeting at the mound here for the Reddies. The Bulldogs have life here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be right back with you after this brief meeting at the mound.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
To the top of the lineup we go. It's Will Allen Smith. He struck out looking in his last plate appearance after having a sacrifice bunt RBI, and he's got 2 on here as the Reddies go to their bullpen with one of the most experienced members of their relief staff. It's Ethan Perry, the senior out of McKinney, Texas. Spent some time at his high school, McKinney North, and this season he has had a best year of his career, and the umpire's going to have a conversation with him, come out, check his glove, it looks like. Not sure what that is about out there. This year he's got a 3.86 ERA. He's appeared in 4 games, 7 total innings pitched. He's given up 3 runs on 7 hits, walked 5, and a big swing and a chopper back to the netting from Will Allen Smith there. Last season, Perry recorded an 11.12 ERA, and the Bulldogs really try and take advantage of that here as they look to have a comeback late in the innings of this game. Here we start going 6, 7, 8. The Bulldogs have been able to scrap their way back into the games. This weekend against Delta State, they found themselves down by a huge margin, put up 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning, almost came back and won it, lost by 1. They've walked off a few against West Alabama earlier in the season, same thing against Lane College. They've done well in these late game comebacks, and now they've got 2 runners on. It's Davis at second, Huffstedler at third. We'll see if Perry's able to work out of a jam as he about hits Will Allen Smith to load the bases here again in the 6th inning. So now there is a force at any base here. Smith on first, Davis at second, Huffstedler at third. And even though you're only throwing 60 feet, we wonder if the wind is a factor here. The howling and whistling wind at Fesmeyer Field is just getting stronger and stronger. The gusts up to 35, 36 miles an hour here as Elijah Ramsey gets his crack at Perry. There's a fan here behind home plate that brought a portable tent that they're sitting in, and it almost appears that the tent is about to blow away. They're sitting inside of it to protect from any rain and drizzle that they anticipated, and they didn't realize they were going to be in a vortex today. That's it to the shortstop, Coward. He's going to have to make a long throw. He does, and that will escape a bases-loaded jam. But the Bulldogs do put 2 on the board. Jay Cale comes home to score. So does Alec Hardy. But it could have been a few more. They've got 3 innings to make the comeback. Now we're within 4. The Bulldogs. It's 8-4 here in Jackson. We'll be right back with you here in the top of the 7th inning. Don't go anywhere.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
State will have 1, 2, 3 hitters up to bat here in the top of the 7th inning. It's Nate Moore, their leadoff hitter, the only batter for the Reddies to not have a plate appearance in the 6th inning, will lead things off here in the 7th. The Bulldogs go to their 4th reliever of the game. That does it for Cody Jomslin. Had a really good appearance, giving up only 1 hit on 13 pitches. He was able to come in, slam the door on the tough situation he inherited from Jack Rasmussen. Jomslin ended up going 2/3 of an inning as they bring in Ethan Orwig. Orwig's got 2 wins, no losses so far this season. He's appeared in 7 games, and both of those wins have been some late game rallies. We'll see if he can get another one today. The Bulldogs have had good run support when Orwig is on the mound offensively. He does have a 14.54 ERA. He's given up 8 runs on 8 hits, striking out 5 batters on the season, giving up a home run, 4 hit by pitch on the year. So the ERA has struggled, but the record has been great for Orwig as he's come into these late games, 7th, 8th, 9th innings for the Bulldogs. They found a way to scrap back into it and make him the pitcher of record. We'll see if they can do it again as the infield creeps in here against Nate Moore, fouling that one off. As we're seeing the heat of Ethan Orwig really heating up. Got a great fastball. His velocity has increased tremendously this season. The junior out of Augustine School spent his entire collegiate career here with the Bulldogs. Grew up, born and raised here in Jackson. Played club ball in the summer for the Rockabillies here in Jackson. Last season, he led all of Union relief pitchers with 30 strikeouts in the 24 1/3 innings that he did in his 22 appearances. Proud of the Augustine School here in Jackson. Played tennis as well, ran with the cross-country team, and threw a missile from the stretch. It's going to be down the third baseline, just foul. Alec Hardy was ready to make the throw over to first base, and they called it back. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here, the count to Nate Moore. Moore has now been up to the plate 5 times today, all the way back in the 1st inning. He was picked off after his single. In the 3rd inning, he hit into a fielder's choice where he reached and was left stranded at third base. He was then hit by a pitch in the 4th. One of 4 batters here for Henderson State to take a ball to the body, and that is going to be strike 3 as Caden Cottrell sails that one out into left field. Nate Moore goes down on strikes. Umpire rung him up on that one. He goes down, and we have Luke Rice coming up to the plate, and Ethan Orwig, a really great first at bat there against him. Rice, even though he is average and numbers have been outstanding, the Bulldogs have been able to silence him and what feels like only him in this game. Flew out to the third baseman, grounded out to first base in the 3rd. He was walked and left stranded in the 4th inning, so he did reach base, and he flew out to left field in the 6th inning. But we'll see if he's going to be able to get something done. He is the only guy, one of 3 guys not to score. Well, the only guys not to make it at least to third base in this game for the Reddies. Here's delivery from Orwig. It's outside after a quick 2 strikes put up on the board by Ethan. So Rice will step out, take a moment, readjust the batting gloves. He'll get back in the box here. Holding tight to the line is Grant Ross, the first baseman. Here's the load-up delivery from Orwig. It's going to be in there for a foul ball. A great pitch right down the middle. A little bit of movement on it. Caught Rice off guard at the last minute. We'll have to restock the home plate umpire with fresh baseballs after continuous foul balls time and time again here. Fesmeyer Field late in this game. The wind's still a factor. Not as bad as it was. Thankfully, the rain held off, but that wind has really been whistling this whole game. Might even be able to hear it here from the headset in this game. The eerie and scary feel here in the pitch blackness of Jackson, Tennessee. The sun is set. early at 6 o'clock, all the cloud cover really shielding everything. That next pitch is going to be fouled off once again on the third base side. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here to Rice. So Orwig helping lead the Bulldogs, try to shut down these later innings. The Reddies have scored in every inning since the second. That's going to be hit to the second baseman, Will Allen Smith. He's going to catch it off balance, make a great throw over to first, and it's a 4-3 ground out to put away Luke Rice. Good play there by Will Allen Smith, recovering. He didn't have a very good jump on it, to be honest. Out there, he was really off balance, trying to ground it on his side. Tried to make a forehand play, slid into it, but he was able to get the job done when he needed to, get the ground out, and that will bring up Jordan Allen. That's going to be a great curveball there by Ethan Orwig, painting the plate, slipping that one outside, just out of reach of Allen. Allen came around to score after being hit by a pitch last inning. He struck out swinging in the fourth, walked in the third, and flew out to center field all the way back in the first inning of this one. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Ethan Orwig has been in full command so far. Fully expect him to at least get another inning under his belt if he can get out of this one. Maybe even go the distance, finish out this game for the Bulldogs, who've already used 5 pitchers in this endeavor. Wyatt went 4, Galbraith went 1, Rasmussen got 1 out, Jomslin got 2, and Ethan Orwig has matched him with 2/3 of an inning here in the top of the 7th. From the stretch, the windup, it's going to be hit to the shortstop. Up through the gap, it'll go out towards center field. Colby Davis, the center fielder, will catch that one on the ground. It went over the glove, or under the glove, excuse me, of Huffstedler at short, and Allen is aboard here with a 2-out single. So Bulldogs unable to have a 1-2-3 inning. They did it all the way back in the first inning after the pickoff of Moore. And since then, they have not had a clean inning yet. Look to still escape with no runs given up here as Arjun Bright will take a big swing through that one. Arjun Bright has been on base 3 times and has not recorded a hit. He walked in the 3rd inning, was left stranded. Walked in the 4th inning, was left stranded. Hit by a pitch in the 6th inning, and then he came around to score finally for his first time in the game. He also grounded out to second base in the 2nd inning. So Orwig now will look over, see what Allen's doing there, hanging out over at first base, being held by Grant Ross. He's going to go home with it outside of the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to Arjun Bright. Orwig, here's the delivery to him. It's going to be way up in the air, a skyscraper of a shot. Going back towards the wall, Jake Cale. He's going to charge over, make an adjustment out in right field. He bobbles it. It falls out of his glove, and he catches it barehanded with his right hand out there in right field. He almost dropped the ball, and he was able to get it with his right bare throwing hand. A good save recovery there. It would have possibly been a run from Allen, who is taking off running with 2 outs. And Jake Cale able to come up with the ball in a very scary situation in right. To the bottom of the 7th inning we go. It's time to stretch here in Jackson. We'll be back with you here after a few brief messages.
Your life, your home,
your business, your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Perry remains in the game after relieving Ventillo. He got the final out of the bottom of the 6th inning through only 7 pitches and walked 1. He's going to be up against the Bulldog first baseman Grant Ross. He has an opportunity here to get on for the first time today. He had a sacrifice fly in the 1st inning to right field before grounding out twice in this one. He grounded out to the pitcher in the 3rd inning and to second base in the 5th inning. He's trying to keep a streak alive today and has a great opportunity to get things started here for the Bulldogs as they prepare with a modified shift here in the 7th inning. They really are doing a shift, basically. Cowart, the shortstop, playing behind second base. He's way out there in the grass. You've got Jones, the second baseman, basically playing a shallow right field. The first baseman, Rice, also playing very depthfully as Ross takes that in there for a called strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs here for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pitch to Ross. He takes a swing and a miss on what could have been ball 4 possibly. And the count goes full. Perry was ready for a quick pitch. Their umpire took a moment. Gives what looks like a little bit of a home run signal down there behind home plate. And here's the pitch. It's outside. We've got a runner aboard. He's the leadoff. It's Grant Ross. He gets on for the first time today. And the Bulldogs able to start continuing to chip away at this lead. Next up to bat, we've got the Bulldog designated hitter Blake Barrett. He's been aboard twice today. He walked in the 6th inning. Just 1 inning ago, he led off. But he was eliminated from the base path in the fielder's choice by Jake Cale, who eventually came around to score. Blake Barrett had the RBI single in the 1st inning, was left stranded at 3rd, but he had the RBI single that brought home Ramsey, who doubled. And that's going to be right through into the glove of the 3rd baseman, diving back just in time as Grant Ross. Blake Barrett almost snuck one into left field. But a really good play there by the 3rd baseman, Arjun Bright, who was also prepared for a pickoff double play attempt over at first base. Lasered that one over to first. And Rice didn't get it in time as Grant Ross slid underneath it, bringing back up Jake Cale. He's had a pretty solid day so far offensively and defensively for the Bulldogs. He saved the top of the 7th inning out there in right field with a barehanded grab on the pop fly. He singled in the 1st, stole a base, and he reached on a fielder's choice, and he's going to put that one right in the gap between short and 3rd. Unable to get that as Cowart. And Jake Cale is aboard with a single here as the Bulldogs string together a few base runners here late in the game once again. So Cale with a single. It's going to bring up Alec Hardy. He's been really hot already today with 2 singles. Had a single in the 4th inning, but was eliminated in a 6-4-3 double play. But in the 6th inning, he singled and came around to score for the first time today. Also had a long ball out towards center field way back in the 1st inning to end that rally about 2.5 hours ago. Game's starting to slow down here. And it's really been some middle inning dominance by Henderson State. The Bulldogs not out of it yet. They're only down by 4. They put up 1 in the bottom of the 1st, 1 in the bottom of the 2nd, and they were quieted for 3, 4, 5. But they struck 2 on in the 6th inning, hoping to do the same thing here in the 7th. Here's the pitch to Hardy. It's above the mound. It's going to bounce off the glove of the second baseman. No outs will be recorded. What could have been a dangerous double play is now a bases-loaded situation. Alec Hardy will reach. We'll see how they credit that. That's probably going to be issued as a single. We're waiting on the scorekeepers to see what they say about that one. but Hardy will reach. So Kale is now on second. Grant Ross all the way over to third base, and Alec Hardy will be aboard at first. They're going to say it's going to be an error credited to the second baseman, and that might do it here for Ethan Perry, as they're going to have a meeting at the mound. There is some action out in the bullpen. One guy looks to be charging out. We'll have a pitching change here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Someone's about to inherit a bases-loaded situation. The Bulldogs have the tying runner coming up to the plate. We'll be right back with you here for some more Bulldog baseball. Don't go anywhere.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Bases loaded situation for the catcher, Caden Cottrell, getting his 4th plate appearance of the game. He had a single back in the second, came around to score, and he is going to be the first batter to take a look at senior left-handed pitcher Henry Coppins out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Went to Catholic High School, and now will be pitching in his 7th game of the season, and he has been lights out so far this year. He's got 1 win, 1 loss. He's given up 7 runs on 7 hits in the 8 2/3 innings that he's pitched. Got a 3.12 ERA. Last year, he was really, really good at a 1.07 ERA. Probably the most experienced member of the Ready pitching staff here in his 4th season. Last year, he was an NCBWA All-Region Second Team honoree. He was an All-GAC recipient, had the team best ERA, saw 33 2/3 innings of relief work, and Caden Cottrell will take that one and pop it foul. Recorded 45 strikeouts last year. Opponents hit just 142 against him. It's a little bit higher so far this season at 212 against him. And he's got the bases loaded that he inherits from Perry. So Caden Cottrell at the plate. We got Alec Hardy over at first. He reached on the error. Jake Kale at second base. He reached on a single. And Grant Ross also over at third base on the single. The count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. We'll see if they get aggressive and possibly send Grant Ross home here on the bases loaded. And it's going to be hit to the second baseman. It's going to be off of his glove, go out towards center field. Grabbing it will be Moore in center field. 1 run will score. It's Grant Ross. Coming around third will be Alec Hardy. He is upstanding. And just like that, the Bulldogs are back within 2. Caden Cottrell will stand over at first base. Proud on that one. It will most likely be an error credited to the second baseman. We'll see how they score that. It went off of his glove. All of our hearts kind of dropped up here as we thought that it was going to be a ground-out possible double play, as he was so close to second base. That was Jones, and instead, he comes up with a whole lot of nothing, and the Bulldogs are able to get a couple more runs knocked in. Ross comes home to score. Jake Kale, came home to score. Alec Hardy is still over there on third base. Got those guys out of order there, so Hardy now over at third base. Caden Cottrell is at first. We're going to have a pinch hitter here for the Bulldogs. So Cale came home to score. Ross came home to score. Alec Hardy on third. Cottrell at first. And up to the plate is going to be John Wheeler for the Bulldogs. Wheeler will take that one up and in. Good to see Wheeler getting a plate appearance late in this game. Haven't seen him for a while. It's great to see him get some action here midway through the season for the Bulldogs. Wheeler out of Siena College, Valentee, New York. And that's going to be way out towards right field. Coming over to his right will be Holt. He's going to be on the warning track. It's going to be over his head. John Wheeler is going to be on. He's going to have a double. One run will come home to score. That's Alec Hardy. And staying at third will be Caden Cottrell. And the Bulldogs pull it with one on a clutch pinch hit here for John Wheeler, the senior member of this Bulldog team. Great opportunity there. Caden Cottrell will go from first to third. He was waiting on that one for a long time. They thought that Louis Holt was going to have it out there in right field, and he did not. So Hardy comes home to score after Kale and Ross already scored. Caden Cottrell over at third. John Wheeler with a double now at second. And it's going to bring up Colby Davis. He's already had one impressive RBI double in this game. He had that double just 1 inning ago. He knocked in Kale and Hardy last inning. We'll see if he can knock in Cottrell and Wheeler in this inning, and the infield will all be brought in here for a possible play at home. It's going to be popped over towards the first base, dug out into the netting. Lots of energy here. We've got the go-ahead run at second base, and John Wheeler, and what felt incredibly out of reach, down by 6 runs. The Bulldogs are back within 1. They're going to need some lockdown pitching here in the 8th and the 9th inning to keep them in this game. And they've created a little rally here as it looks like Tanner Parmalee will now be the pinch runner for John Wheeler. He entered the game. He got the clutch double. He was able to bring the Bulldogs within 1, and Tanner Parmalee will now take over for him out there at second base. So Wheeler did his job, came in, 1 plate appearance, 1 hit. That's all they needed. They're within 1 run. And Colby Davis already has a double, was left stranded 1 inning ago, and we'll see if he can do it again. Argenbrett, Cowart, Jones, Rice, they're all in on the grass. They're all ready for a play here at home plate. That's going to be Scritchfield. He's ready for something, any play at home, trying to protect the 1-run lead. It seemed like a huge lead, and now it's nothing. Coppins on the mound, one of the most experienced members of this team, and that's going to be out back here towards the press booth. It's going to bounce off of the roof here at Fesmeyer Field. So 2 on. We got Caden Cottrell over at third base. They did credit that Caden Cottrell reached on an error. That is how they scored it officially. And Colby Davis takes a big swing and a miss. Strike 3. He goes down. To the top of the lineup we go. It's Will Allen Smith for his 5th plate appearance here in this game. Looking to get something done for the first time today. He's got 2 runners on this time. We'll see what he's able to do. Here's the delivery from Coppins. It's going to be a bunt. It's going to go right down the third base line into foul territory. So everybody will reset here. Will Allen Smith will make his way back to home plate. He's got Cottrell on third. Tanner Parmalee now out there at second. An opportunity with 2 outs here to take the lead in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch from Coppins. He will take that in there for a called strike 2. Really close inside, in on the wrists. An opportunity here for Smith to be the hero. Now that there's 2 outs, all the infielders return back to their normal positions, back in the dirt. Coppins loads up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Almost gets a piece of him. He jumps out just in time, and we got a series of 2s here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. 2 runs to take the lead is all that we need here from the Bulldogs. Here's the pitch from Coppins. He takes it. Called strike 3. He rings him up. Will Allen Smith strikes out, looking his 2nd time in the game. But the Bulldogs are back within 1. They score 3. To the 8th inning we go. We'll see if Orwig comes back out. He will not. We go to the bullpen. Once again, we'll be right back with you. Bulldogs down 8-7.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
Welcome back, folks. If you're just now tuning in, you have joined us for a great game here. The Bulldogs have now brought it back within 1 on a couple clutch hits here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jake Kale, Alec Hardy both came around to score, as well as Grant Ross, to bring the game to 8-7. The Bulldogs will go back to another reliever here. This will now be their 6th pitcher of the game. Ethan Orwig went 1 inning through 22 pitches, giving up only 1 hit. He struck out 1 and faced 4 batters. Here's the first pitch in there from Ryan Evans. In his 3rd season with Union, he's thrown 3.86 ERA. He's got 2 wins, 1 loss. Typically, we see him as a starter, but he's come out of the bullpen quite a few times as well. He's thrown 14 complete innings for the Bulldogs, giving up 16 hits, 9 runs on the season. He's walked 4, and he's struck out 11 in the 66 batters that he faced. He's just getting better and better every year that he's with the Bulldogs. Originally out of New Bern, Tennessee, graduated from Dyer County High School. And now from the stretch, he is looking to keep this game tight. Alec Hardy bobbles it at 3rd, throws it over to 1st, makes the play just in time. It'll be a 5-3 ground out here to get rid of Mitchell Siegel. Really good play there by Alec Hardy. Just a note defensively, Tanner Parmalee, who came in as a pinch runner for John Wheeler, will now be taking over at shortstop. So Joseph Huffstedler is out. Tanner Parmalee is in on the infield here for the Bulldogs. The catcher, Scritchfield, now up to the plate. A swing and a miss there from the ready catcher. Scritchfield in this game struck out looking in the 2nd inning. He singled, came around to score in the 4th inning. He grounded out to shortstop in the 5th inning, and he reached on a walk and stole a base in the 6th before being left stranded at 3rd. The Bulldogs really putting every foot forward here to try to get this late game victory. They were down by 6. Now they're down by 1. They were so close within striking distance last inning. Alan Smith striking out to end that one, and that's going to be put over the first base dugout into foul territory. Elijah Ramsey, Grant Ross, and Blake Barrett will be due up in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Bulldogs. They've got to lock things down here, protect and defend. That is the message here for Bulldog relief pitching as Ryan Evans takes the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes here against Scritchfield. Scritchfield entered this game with a .211 batting average. He had 19 at-bats. He's had 4 more already today, looking for his 5th, and he's going to put that one out towards left field. Going back towards the track is going to be Elijah Ramsey. There's no room to get it. Will be off the scoreboard. No, it is out of Fesmeyer Field. It is a 1-run home run, a solo shot here to Scritchfield in the top of the 8th inning. He launched that one. There was no looking back. Ramsey took it all the way to the warning track and kissed it goodbye. Another run on the board here for the Reddies late into this game. And Scritchfield comes around to score for the 2nd time today. That is his first home run of the season so far, and the lead is now back to 2. So Cal Jones, now the batter at the plate, the other guy that hit the home run earlier in the game. That was the 5th inning. He hit the homer, solo shot. Reached on error, came around to score as well in the 4th inning, singled, tripled, and he is a double away from hitting for the cycle in this game. Here's a delivery to him. It is upstairs for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here. And that's going to be hit right to Grant Ross, the first baseman. He's going to throw it over to the pitcher. Ryan Evans going to step on first base. He catches it just in time and makes a really great play over there at first. It's going to be credited as a 3-1 ground out to put away Jones. Keep him away from that cycle. He might have another chance later in this game. We'll see. But now with 2 outs, it's going to be the shortstop, Cowart, up to the plate. He entered today with a .212 batting average, 11 hits. Added a single to them to make it 12 here in the 4th inning. Came around to score. Had a sacrifice. RBI. Sac fly in the 6th inning. RBI. There in that one. Popped out a couple times already in this game. No balls, 1 strike. And he will take a check at that one as it is up and out. No balls, or excuse me, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here from Ryan Evans, continuously pitching from the stretch, even though the bases are cleared, and that's going to be out towards right field. Going back towards the wall is going to be Cale. He's about 4 feet in front of the warning track, and he hauls it in for the 3rd out of the inning. No need to bobble it and grab it barehanded this time. He gets us out of the 8th inning. To the bottom of the inning we go. Bulldogs down by 2 after a moonshot to left field by the catcher, Scritchfield. Here we go. Bulldogs down 9-7. We'll be right back with you. See if they can go and take the lead.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Here to start things in the bottom of the 8th inning. We got the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up to the plate for the Bulldogs. In this one, they will face Coppins once again. Ramsey was the only Bulldog hitter to not have a plate appearance in the 7th inning. He grounded out in the 5th. He flew out to left field in the 2nd and had a double way back in the 1st inning where he came around to score the first run of the game as he pops that one over the 3rd base dugout foul. So Coppins came on in relief of Ethan Perry. He threw 2/3 of an inning last inning with 20 pitches, gave up 1 hit. The 3 runs that he blew were given to Perry, and that's going to be out towards right field. It's going to land right in front of the right fielder, Holtz, and the Bulldogs have another runner on here in Elijah Ramsey to get things started here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They're 2 runs away from taking the lead. A great play there by Elijah Ramsey. So now up to the plate we have Grant Ross. 0 for 3 so far today. They said that he reached on an error in the 7th inning to get things started. That's what the records show. That's going to be outside. You're going to have a throw back to first base. They're going to say he threw him out, even though it looked like he was just about underneath it. Elijah Ramsey picked off over there at first base, and Coach Casey is electric. He's going to come out fuming to have a conversation with the first base umpire. There was a throw down from the catcher, Scritchfield. Coach Casey, the gentleman that he is, making his way around home plate rather than stepping on the field. He's going to have a conversation there. Elijah Ramsey not going anywhere. He's going to stay over there at first base, as it looked like Rice came off of the bag to make the tag. He wasn't standing there. He had to make a contact play over at first base. It looked like Ramsey slid around it. He's not going anywhere. He thinks that he's safe. And now the other home plate umpire is going to come and get involved in this conversation. Coach Casey now is going to appeal to the home plate umpire. They're going to walk over, have a conversation with him, and they're going to have a little conversation, discuss the play, as Casey will now come and talk to his batter, Grant Ross. Interesting situation here that could be a very big play in this game. Umpires are going to have a conversation. They look over to first, and they say that Elijah Ramsey is out. Coach Casey shakes his head in both frustration and disappointment. Here late in the game, you need every single runner that you can get, and the Bulldogs just take a tough break on that pickoff there. A good play by Scritchfield. So Ross now with nobody on, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. That's going to dribble away from the catcher towards the first base dugout. Ross in this one walked, came around to score in the 7th inning. He grounded out in both the 3rd and the 5th inning, had the sacrifice fly in the 1st. He's going to take that one for called strike 2. Coppins from the left side, big kick, and Ross will put that one down, foul towards first base. So they'll reset after the foul ball. There's still quite a few fans here at Fesmeyer Field for this game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here to the Bulldog first baseman. Looks to extend the streak that he's had a great on-base streak continuing into this game. That's going to be outside of the zone. A frame job there by Scritchfield will not be convincing enough to sell the home plate umpire. And Grant Ross will now have a full count on him, playing really tight to the foul line as the first baseman Rice into shallow right field is Jones. And that will be ball 4 to Grant Ross. What would be 2 on, no outs is now a walk with 1 on. And in back-to-back innings, Grant Ross will reach with a walk. Now it is Blake Barrett who had a line drive to the 3rd baseman for an out in the 7th inning. He walked in the 6th inning. He had a single. It was an RBI single all the way back in the 1st inning. And now he's got an opportunity to be the tying run here at home plate. Got to take things slow with Coppin. That's how they were able to get to him in the 7th inning. Find the pitch that you like, that you need. Second baseman Jones playing relatively deep, ready to protect a play at the bag. And that's going to be in there for a called strike. Jones fully anticipating something on the ground by Barrett, ready to turn a double play. The last couple times he's done that, it's gone off of his glove into center field. So we'll see if a hard hit ball is able to do that as Coppins attempts a pickoff of Grant Ross over there at first, coming up with nothing. So Coppins continuously from the stretch. He's been there the entirety of his duration on the mound. And Barrett will put that into play. It is a ground ball. It's going to be bobbled by the shortstop. They'll go 2 over to first. They'll say that Barrett is safe over at first base. They get the lead runner. And Barrett will be on with the fielder's choice. But the bobble by Cowart will cost them the double play. Bulldogs having 4 outs to work with here. We'll see who they bring in the top of the 9th to try to shut things down. Looks like Ryan Evans will most likely be coming out for another inning of work. Gave up the home run to Scritchfield. The Lady Bulldogs split the doubleheader today. They won the first game against Trevecca 1-0. They lost the second game right behind us just moments ago. Trevecca pulling off a huge comeback victory. So another pickoff attempt over there to try to get Blake Barrett. Jake Kale now the batter. He singled, came around to score as the second run of the 7th inning. He hit into a fielder's choice, came around to score in the 6th inning. Struck out swinging in the 3rd, had a single, and stole a base in the 1st. That is a wild pitch that will allow Barrett to jollily stride over to second base with a hop and a skip. No question about it. Easy advancement there for the Bulldog designated hitter. A runner moved into scoring position here, with the tying run at the plate being Jake Kale. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Kale will take it. Called strike 2. So they're just so close here. They had the big rally, the bases loaded hit in the bottom of the 7th. They left a few guys stranded. That was Cottrell and Wheeler. Now here's a delivery to Kale. In there, called strike 3. You gotta swing if it's close. That's going to do it here for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 8th inning. To the top of the 9th inning we go. Bulldogs still down by 2. They're going to have to play some lockdown defense and have a walk-off. We'll be right back with you.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us, a promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Go to the top of the 9th inning. The Bulldogs down by 2. Ryan Evans will remain on. He threw 14 pitches in the 8th. One of those was the home run by Scritchfield. First pitch will be outside for a ball. And they had a little bit of a defensive substitution here. It wasn't actually a substitution as much as it was a little flippity-flop. Hardy, who was playing third base, will now move to shortstop. Parmalee, who was playing shortstop, will now move to third. And they worked that out here in the 9th inning. That's going to be out and away to Holt. Holt, the 9 hitter. We got 9, 1, and 2 due up here in the 9th inning. Holt in this game flew out in the 6th inning most recently. He takes that in there for a called strike. He was hit by a pitch in the 5th. He walked in the 3rd and struck out swinging in the 4th. Bulldogs have been putting on many guys with a hit by pitch and a walk here in this game as that goes to a 3-1 count. Wyatt walked 5, Rasmussen walked 1, Jomslin walked 1. And we've seen 4 hit by pitch situations in this game. And the Reddies have more runs than they do hits. A tough sign if you are a pitcher. Bulldogs have 7 runs on 13 hits, 2 errors. The Reddies have 9 runs on now 9 hits. They actually have tightened that up in the official scorebook here with 1 error committed by them. Here's the delivery. It's going to be out towards left field. Going back is going to be Ramsey. He's going to be underneath it on his right, making a little hippity hop at the end of his step there. Catches it in his stride, and down goes Louis Holt. Up back to the top we go here. It's going to be Nate Moore getting his 6th plate appearance of this game here in the 9th inning. He struck out looking in the 7th inning, grounded out in the 5th inning, was hit by a pitch left stranded in the 4th inning, fielder's choice in the 3rd inning, and all the way back in the 1st inning, he singled before being picked off by Scotty Wyatt. Here's the delivery from Evans. Inside on him, ball 1. Real close to the zone there. Caden Cottrell having a good pitch placement there. The infield is really split. Alan Smith playing closer to first than second, and that's going to be outside the zone again there as well. So 2 balls, no strikes. They're going to force Evans to throw something. The Bulldogs in the bottom of the 9th will have the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. Right now in the score sheet, it's Alec Hardy, Caden Cottrell, and Tanner Parmalee. We'll see if they stick with that or if they'll throw in a few pinch hitters, as they've often done in these late game situations. There's some action out there in the right field bullpen. We'll see who Henderson State brings in as their closer, and that's going to be popped up right behind towards the fans. So starting off with a 2-0 count, now turns into 2-2 against Moore. Moore with 8 RBIs on the season. 13 hits, added his 14th today. Entered today's game with a .310 batting average, and here's the pitch, a swing and a miss. It's going to get away from him. It's a drop third strike. Cottrell's going to have to make a throw. He does not, and so he strikes out, but also reaches. Sometimes if the ball is so far out of the strike zone and you know it's going to go to the backstop, you might as well just swing at it and test your speed. We're going to have a runner on first base here with 1 out, even though Nate Moore strikes out. That's going to get away. Back-to-back wild pitches. Advancing to second base will be Nate Moore. And Ryan Evans losing a little bit of control here. Both of those pitches in the exact same spot, getting away from Caden Cottrell. And a tough little break here for the Bulldogs in the top of the 9th inning, as a runner in scoring position is now Nate Moore, the center fielder. He will be held by Alec Hardy at shortstop. And here's a delivery. It's going to be strike called to him. So Evans now pitching from the stretch. Here's the load up. It's going to be outside. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here to Rice. Rice, who has the greatest average and leads the team in hits, has been hitless in this game. He's 0 for 4, walked in the 4th inning, was left stranded, and that's going to be outside and away to him for ball 3. Now 2 minutes away here from the 3-hour mark in this ball game. It moved quickly and then it slowed down in those middle innings. The Bulldogs are really going to have to put something together here in the bottom of the 9th. They did it earlier this weekend, just not enough, and we can't be doing that. That's a walk issued there once again. That's the 8th walk issued by the Bulldogs in this game. And they're going to need something on the ground to roll them up double play if they're going to want to escape this jam, as Coach Casey's going to have a talk with Evans. We'll be right back with you after this meeting at the mound.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
Casey will come out, have a conversation with his pitcher. A few guys warming up now in the left field bullpen, and they've got to escape this jam here with Allen now at the plate. That's going to be high upstairs out of the zone, not where Evans was hoping to put that. Allen so far in this game, singled in the 7th inning, was hit by a pitch, came around to score in the 6th, walked in the 3rd. He's had a few free trips to first base, along with the majority of the righties today, and that one is head out towards right field, foul, past the bullpen. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here, needs something on the ground, low in the zone, even though Evans has thrown the last 2 pitches high in the zone. Got to force something here. Will Allen Smith playing close to second base, ready for a roll-em-up situation, and a fake there by Ryan Evans. Very obvious turn and look. Colby Davis out there in center field just lost his ball cap in the wind. 34-mile-an-hour gust must have blown it off there while he was standing there watching that possible pickoff attempt. I'm surprised that's the only one we've seen get away today. Is a great pitch there by Evans. Puts it in there for a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here with 1 out. Runner on first is Rice. Out on second is Moore. Evans has got to shut this down here if the Bulldogs are looking for a comeback in the bottom of the 9th. Runner's going to go. It's going to be fouled back over towards the first base dugouts. Moore committed to it. He took off running. Shouldn't be on the base path in the first place. So Bulldogs got to be wary about him. Reached on a drop, 3rd strike. Evans now taking his time. Will Allen Smith holding him close, and here's a delivery. It's going to be outside the zone. Nowhere near. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here to Allen. The left fielder with a .324 batting average. Playing in his 10th start of the season, his 12th game of the year. And Evans will throw one. It's going to go to the shortstop. Grabbing that will be Alec Hardy over to second base. Will Allen Smith will catch it and have nowhere to throw, but they will take the out at second. A good play there by Hardy to field that quick ground ball. So Moore will move over to third. Rice is removed from the base path, and a fielder's choice will be reaching is Allen. And now with 2 outs, we have Arjun Bright up for his 6th time today. He was hit by a pitch, came around to score in the 6th inning. He walked twice, and a huge jump there by Moore, leading off of third base, as Evans has got to slam the door here in the 9th. Arjun Bright flew out to right field in his last plate appearance, grounded out in his first, back in the 2nd inning, and he's going to take a check swing for a called strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner 90 feet away. 1st and 3rd situation set up here in case Jordan Allen decides to try to steal second base. He does not go, but a big, generous lead there, a big jump by Moore. Be interesting to see if Caden Cottrell would try to throw it back down to third base. Tanner Parmalee defensively playing over there on the corner. Just don't want to get into a pickle with the plate. And here is Ryan Evans. It's going to be in on the knees inside ball 3. So Evans will now go from the stretch, continuing with now a 1st and 3rd. Here is the load up. He's gonna go over to first base. No go. Grant Ross having a good tag on him over there. It's not going to be just exactly what they need, and a 3-1 count. Ryan Evans doing everything he can not to walk another one here in the 9th. He loads up, he goes home with it, and that's going to be out towards right field. Going to be running over his Jake Cale. Will he get it? No, it's going to bounce off the warning track, off the wall. 1 run will come home to score. Rounding third is going to be Allen. They're going to send him, and it's going to be a double by Arjun Bright. 2 runs are going to score, and just out of reach it feels here for the Bulldogs once again. As an additional 2 runs are given up by Ryan Evans, Coach Casey's going to come out, most likely to send him to the showers. To the bullpen we go once again. Bulldogs down by 4.
Your life. Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Mitch Siegel will be the first batter for Henderson State to face Jamal Allen here in the top of the 9th inning. That's going to do it for for Evans. Evans is going to exit the game. He threw an inning and 2/3 here for the Bulldogs through 41 pitches, giving up 2 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and a strikeout. 2 of those runs coming here in the 9th inning, and then the home run by Scritchfield in the 8th. Jamal Allen will now take over. He's got a 4.15 ERA in his first season with the Bulldogs. He transferred in this season. He's been in 5 appearances so far. His last one was just 3 days ago against Delta State, where he gave up 1 hit and 1 run in the inning, struck out 1 batter, and walked 1 as well. So Siegel, now getting his 6th plate appearance of the game, will take a big swing and a miss through that one. A good pitch buried deep by Allen. Siegel doubled in the 2nd inning, came around to score. Walked and scored in the 6th. One of 3 guys for Henderson State to score multiple times. Allen looks back from the stretch. Here's the delivery right down the middle of the pipe. Strike 3. Siegel goes down looking. Not even a chance to swing. To the bottom of the 9th inning we go with Bulldogs down 7-11. They've got to put up 4. We've seen them do it before. Can they do it? We'll be right back with you here for some more Bulldog baseball in just a moment.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Can the Bulldogs rally back and walk it off? Once again, they've done it multiple times, especially at home here at Fesmeyer Field. They've really found their stride late into these games. They put up 2 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, unable to get anything done in the 8th. We'll see if that can change here in the 9th inning. The first pitch, it's going to be put over right field bullpen by Alec Hardy. We've got the 6th, 7th, and 8th hitters due up for the Bulldogs. It's Alec Hardy, Caden Cottrell, and Tanner Parmalee that are due up here for the Bulldogs. Here's the pitch. It's going to be just low. A couple defensive substitutions for the Reddings. Holt moves out into left field. He was in right. Tremblay enters the game and will now be playing right field for Henderson State. And a big swing and a miss through 39 pitches, giving up 3 hits and striking out 3 as well here in his 7th and 8th innings, respectively. Caden Cottrell up to the plate. He now gets his 5th plate appearance. He had a single and came around to score, reached on an error as well in the 7th inning. And Peyton Bird, here's a little bit of stats for him tonight. He's got an 11.81 ERA entering this game. He's appeared in 5 games, recorded 1 save. He's thrown 5 1/3 of an inning, given up 7 runs and 3 hits, 7 walks surrendered, along with the 5 strikeouts on the season. Caden Cottrell taking that one up high for his 3rd ball. Peyton Bird out of Warren, Arkansas, graduated from Warren High School, has spent his entire collegiate career for the Reddies. And here's his delivery to Cottrell. It's going to be out towards center field. Running back will be Moore. He's got the line drive, and the Bulldogs are down to their final out. It looks like we're going to have, it looks like Eli Snelson possibly coming up here. It is for a pinch hit situation. So Snelson will now be the batter. John Wheeler came on in the 7th inning. He was the pinch hitter for Huffstedler. Tanner Parmalee came in to substitute defensively, and Eli Snelson will now try to get things started here in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs. Bulldogs down by 4. Snelson getting his first appearance in this game. So Bird, the closer last season, made 12 appearances for Henderson, went 11 1/3 inning, a 6.35 ERA last year. It's a little bit higher so far this year. Here's the full windup from Bird to Snelson in there for strike 2, and the Bulldogs down to their final strike. They battled back and forth. They were close in this game and just slipped away from them in the final innings here in the 8th and 9th as they gave up an additional 3, a check swing, and the umpire shows him some mercy and grace on that one to not ring him up on that check swing by Snelson. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. On deck we have Colby Davis, and it's going to be hit to the second baseman. He's got it. 1 hop. Jones over to first. Game over. The Bulldogs fall in this one. That's going to do it here from us in Jackson, Tennessee. Here's the final numbers in this game. Henderson State University put up 11 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. The Bulldogs put up 7 runs on 13 hits, 2 errors. They left 9 on base. It was really the 2 home runs that kind of deflated the Bulldogs a little bit. That was a home run given up to Jones in Scritchfield, but it really was the hit by pitch and all of the walks here that really did the damage. Bulldogs will now go on the road for a few games this weekend. They're going to head to Georgia to take on Valdosta State University. They've got a single game on Friday, 2 on Saturday, before coming back here next week. Join us next Tuesday at 6 o'clock here at Fesmeyer Field on the Bulldog broadcast as they take on Harding University. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bulldogs fall in this one, but they'll bounce back later this weekend. Good night.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us, a promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.